your seats, please. Those at the bar, there's table service. So if you can step away from the bar, they'll close it very soon. Sorry, Dwayne. There are plenty of chances. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the 2023 Duns Twin City Cranes Tallangatta District Football League and the Tallangatta District Netball Association Night of Nights. My name's Scott Fraser. If we haven't met before, better known as Scooter, and it's absolutely my pleasure to be here again on this fantastic night. We thank 2AY Cartwright Productions for our live stream that is happening tonight. There are already 200 people waiting at the door for us to go live. So we thank to all those people involved, our live stream partners, Jackson's Earth Moving, DTD Engineering, Finer Embroidery and Cadmac and New Holland. All the senior games will be live streamed and all games on grand final day, so we're really looking forward to that. I'd like to welcome our TDFL executive, our president Jared Stevenson, already actually representing Cadmac as well, Chris Pearce, Rex Gray, Grant Kimball, myself, Neil Condren, Ken Barnes, and the TDNA executive, Judy Lurham, Dawn Cardwell, Bianca Mann, Amy Wallace, Emma Cardwell and Simone Lane. I'd also like to extend a special welcome to our life members present tonight, Leo Kirk, Robert White, Steve Knight, Steve Pearce, Pauline Gray, Rex Gray, and from the Netball Association, Di Kerr. Welcome to those people. I'd also like to extend a welcome to our invited guests, David Sinclair, the O&M representative, and Zach Hayden, AFL North East Border Region Manager. Our sponsors, John and Mel Dunn and their three lovely girls are here tonight. Joel Newnham and Jack Hillier from C Energy Group, our under-17s sponsors, and a very big welcome. So next thing we'll do is call upon Judy Lurham and Bianca Mann to start the count for the under-13s and under-15s netball. For presentations, that's for any, rather than take that out of there, just flip that up and hand it to them to take mum and dad, take them to the training and the coaches.
Oh, sorry, Bianca just pulled it out. Plug it back in. Just blank. What did you do a couple of times? Just sort of hit it around. We're just having a couple of technical difficulties. Be with you shortly. We are back. We want everyone to... So we're going to let everyone see.
Three votes, Midi United, Ruby Cardwell. Tallangatta versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Tallangatta.
Round 2. Beechworth versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Maggie Way. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Ruby Cardwell. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Indy Benson. Rutherglen versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Amy Costello. Wodonga Saints versus Waganya. 3 votes, Waganya, Ciara Bennett. Yakandanda versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Ruby Flanagan. Round 3. Barnawatha versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Bridie Evans. Chiltern versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Chiltern, Abby Brooks. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Katie Taylor. Midi United versus Waganya. 3 votes, Waganya, Charlotte Lake. Tallangatta versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Lucy Tinkler. Thaguna versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Thaguna, Lilia Osnajic. Round 4. Beechworth versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Olivia McKee. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Dedarang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Millie Parsons. Midi United versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Katie Stewart. Rutherglen versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Chelsea Ackerley. Wodonga Saints versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Abby Williams. Yakandanda versus Waganya. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Sally Bain. Round 5. Barnawatha versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Sally Bain. Chiltern versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Chiltern, Macy Perry. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Rutherglen, Clodagh Way. Tallangatta versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Millie McInnes. Thaguna versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Thaguna, Chelsea Ackerley. Waganya versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Waganya, Ciara Bennett. Round 6. Barnawatha versus Dedarang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Charlie Spence. Chiltern versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Chelsea Ackerley. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Waganya. 3 votes, Waganya, Ciara Bennett. Midi United versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Midi United, Ruby Cardwell. Wodonga Saints versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Olivia McKee. Yakandanda versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Lucy Tinkler. Round 6, we have our leaderboard. So we have Olivia, Lucy, Sally, Kaylee and Indy all on 6, Maggie and Katie on 7, Bridie's on 8, Chelsea's on 9, Abby's on 12 and Ciara and Ruby are both on 13 votes each. Round 7, Beechworth versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Belle Hamilton. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Katie Stewart. Midi United versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Emerson O'Neill. Rutherglen versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Rutherglen, Harriet Way. Tallangatta versus Waganya. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Gracie Brain. Thaguna versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Thaguna, Chelsea Ackerley. Round 8. Beechworth versus Dedarang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Dedarang Mount Beauty, Marley May Trihorn. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Ella Polkinghorn. Rutherglen versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Lucy Tinkler. Tallangatta versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Piper Bossy. Thaguna versus Midi United. 3 votes, Thaguna, Hayley Way. Waganya versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Katie Stewart. Round 9. Barnawatha versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Ruby Cardwell. Chiltern versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Chiltern, Macy Perry. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Ella Whitehead. Rutherglen versus Waganya. 3 votes, Waganya, Ciara Bennett. Wodonga Saints versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Abby Williams. Yakandanda versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Belle Hamilton. Round 10. Barnawatha versus Waganya. 3 votes, Waganya, Ciara Bennett. Beechworth versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Rutherglen, Katie Ford. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Gemma Turnbull. Midi United versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Midi United, Ruby Cardwell. Thaguna versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Thaguna, Chloe Baker. Wodonga Saints versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Abby Brooks. Round 11. Chiltern versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Chiltern, Macy Perry. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Rutherglen, Katie Ford. Midi United versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Midi United, Matilda Robinson. Waganya versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Ella Whitehead. Yakandanda versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Emerson O'Neill. Round 12. Beechworth versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Katie Stewart. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Waganya. 3 votes, Waganya, Ciara Bennett. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Olivia McKee. Rutherglen versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Rutherglen, Holly O'Donoghue. Wodonga Saints versus Midi United. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Sammy Bowen. Yakandanda versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Chelsea Ackerley. And our leaderboard at round 12 is we have Lucy, Emerson, Olivia all on 11, Macy and Abby on 13, Abby and Katie on 15, Chelsea's on 17, Katie's on 18, Ruby's on 22 and Ciara is our current leader on 24. We'll just do a quick round the clubs as well so you can see where you're sitting. Okay, round 13. Barnawatha versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Bridie Evans. Chiltern versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Chiltern, Abby Brooks. Midi United versus Dedarang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Midi United, Matilda Robinson. Tallangatta versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Cecilia Patton. Thaguna versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Thaguna, Maggie Way. Waganya versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Darcy Nichols. Round 14. Beechworth versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Bridie Evans. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Chelsea Ackerley. Rutherglen versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Katie Stewart. Waganya versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Ruby Cardwell. Wodonga Saints versus Dedering Mount Beauty, 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Darcy Nichols. Yakandanda versus Tallangatta, 3 votes, Yakandanda, Isla Kelly. Round 15, Barnawatha versus Wodonga Saints, 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Ella Polkinghorn. Chilton versus Minter United, 3 votes, Chilton, Abby Brooks. Dedering Mount Beauty versus Kiwa Sandy Creek, 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Indy Benson. Tallangatta versus Beechworth, 3 votes, Tallangatta, Mia Bonin. Thaguna versus Rutherglen, 3 votes, Thaguna, Chelsea Ackley. Wigunya versus Yakandanda, 3 votes, Wigunya, Emily Hooper. Round 16, Beechworth versus Yakandanda, 3 votes, Yakandanda, Emerson O'Neill. Dedering Mount Beauty versus Barnawatha, 3 votes, Barnawatha, Charlie Spence. Rutherglen versus Minter United, 3 votes, Rutherglen, Katie Ford. Tallangatta versus Wodonga Saints, 3 votes, Tallangatta, Gracie Brown. Thaguna versus Chilton, 3 votes, Chilton, Abby Brooks. Wigunya versus Kiwa Sandy Creek, 3 votes, Wigunya, Charlotte Lake. Now, round 16 leaderboard, we have Bridie, Abby, Ella and Macy all on 15. Katie and Chelsea are on 23. Abby and Katie are on 24. Ruby's currently on 25. And our leader after round 16 is Ciara on 30 votes. Okay, round 17. Beechworth versus Wigunya, 3 votes, Wigunya, Maddie French. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Chilton, 3 votes, Chilton, Ruby Flanagan. Minter United versus Tallangatta, 3 votes, Minter United, Ruby Cardwell. Rutherglen versus Dedering Mount Beauty, 3 votes, Rutherglen, Katie Ford. Wodonga Saints versus Thaguna, 3 votes, Thaguna, Maggie Way. Yakandanda versus Barnawatha, 3 votes, Yakandanda, Indy Reinbach. Round 18. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Beechworth, 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Belle Hamilton. Barnawatha versus Thaguna, 3 votes, Thaguna, Miller Braybrook. Chilton versus Dedering Mount Beauty, 3 votes, Chilton, Macy Perry. Wodonga Saints versus Rutherglen, 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Abby Williams. Yakandanda versus Minter United, 3 votes, Yakandanda, Indy Ryback. Wigunya versus Tallangatta, 3 votes, Tallangatta, Cecilia Patton. So our final leaderboard, on 18 votes we have Indy, on 19 Bridie, Abby and Macy both on 20 votes, Chelsea and Katie are on 23, Abby's on 26, in third place Katie Ford's on 29, our runner-up is Ruby Cardwell on 30 and Ciara Bennett from Wigunya on 32 votes. So if Ciara and Ruby can make their way down here, as well as Beck to present our trophies, please. Ruby? Ciara? Is it everyone else? Congratulations, Ruby. Speak to that one. In the middle. Keep going.
Thank you. I'd like to start by saying congratulations to Ciara for we've had some good battles throughout the year and it's been a great time. Thank you to the Tallangatta League for hosting this event. Thanks to the Minter United Netball and Football Club for giving me the opportunity to play this season. I've got a lot of joy out of it and I've had a lot of fun. Thanks to our coach Marianne for giving her own time up to coach us. We've appreciated it a lot and we've really enjoyed it. And thank you to my team for a great season. We've never played together for Minter before and we've all learnt slots and had a lot of fun. Thank you.
And our winner from Wigunya is Ciara Bennett.
Thanks, Tom.
I've been asked to speak on behalf of Ciara. She struggles sometimes to put what she thinks in her head out in words. So she has asked me to thank her mum and dad, who, despite all the hurdles that they face day after day and week after week with a young 2-year-old who's very ill, they always make time for Ciara. This is a credit to Ciara, who during the off-season put a lot of time and effort into getting herself fit, working on her skills. She spent 4 or 5 months down at the court week after week. So she deserves everything that you've got tonight. Congratulations to Rube, a great little player from Midda. Thank you to the Waganya Footy Club, she said, to thank for her second family, she calls us. To Lauren Connell, our A-grade coach, who also put time into Ciara and her skill since she was about 5 or 6 years old. Thank you to the league for everything that you guys do. And congratulations, kiddo, you deserve this. Well done.
Okay, on to the 15 and under. Round 1, Barnawatha versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Jess White. Chiltern versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Chiltern, Abby Collis. Midda United versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Midda United, Bella Bowles. Tallangatta versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Gemma Dodd. Thaguna versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Layla Jansen. Waganya versus Dedering Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Waganya, Dakota Smith. Round 2, Beechworth versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Tully Proctor. Dedering Mount Beauty versus Midda United. 3 votes, Midda United, Bella Bowles. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Sienna Kappa. Rutherglen versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Gemma Dodd. Wodonga Saints versus Waganya. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Piper Van Malsum. Yakandanda versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Layla Jansen. Round 3, Barnawatha versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Imogen Hare. Chiltern versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Chiltern, Jess Stewart. Dedering Mount Beauty versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Piper Van Malsen. Midda United versus Waganya. 3 votes, Midda United, Evie Kaur. Tallangatta versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Lucy Williams. Thaguna versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Thaguna, Ella Di Stefano. Round 4, Beechworth versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Lucy Williams. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Dedering Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Dedering Mount Beauty, Alice Hines. Midda United versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Georgie Flanagan. Rutherglen versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Tully Proctor. Wodonga Saints versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Emily Dudley. Yakandanda versus Waganya. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Ava Walker. Round 5, Barnawatha versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Layla Jansen. Chiltern versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Chiltern, Sienna Lawler. Dedering Mount Beauty versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Dedering Mount Beauty, Alice Hines. Tallangatta versus Midda United. 3 votes, Midda United, Chloe Richardson. Thaguna versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Zoe McFarland. Waganya versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Waganya, Mia Seymour. Round 6, Barnawatha versus Dedering Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Scarlett Fabris. Chiltern versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Chiltern, Sophie Bertram. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Waganya. 3 votes, Waganya, Dakota Smith. Midda United versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Midda United, Bella Bowles. Wodonga Saints versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Millie Black. Yakandanda versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Audrey Bell. Round 6 leaderboard. We have Lucy, Zoe, Alice, Chloe and Scarlett all on 6. Ella and Ava on 7. Georgie's on 8. Dakota and Layla on 9. Piper and Bella on 10. Tully's on 12. And Gemma Dodd from Tallangatta is on 14 votes. Round 7, Beechworth versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Abby Sanday. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Sienna Lawler. Midi United versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Midi United, Isabella Wiley. Rutherglen versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Piper Van Malsen. Tallangatta versus Waganya. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Indy Butler. Thaguna versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Charlotte Bounds. Round 8. Beechworth versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Beechworth, Madeline McCarthy. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Piper Van Malsen. Rutherglen versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Audrey Bell. Tallangatta versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Lucy Williams. Thaguna versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Chloe Hale. Waganya versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Miley Clark. Round 9. Barnawatha versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Bella Bowles. Chiltern versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Chiltern, Jessica Stewart. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Sienna Pace. Rutherglen versus Waganya. 3 votes, Waganya, Charlie Morey. Wodonga Saints versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Zoe McFarlane. Yakandanda versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Ava Walker. Round 10. Barnawatha versus Waganya. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Scarlett Fabris. Beechworth versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Beechworth, Harper Collins. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Molly Wilson. Midi United versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Midi United, Bella Bowles. Thaguna versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Thaguna, Tully Proctor. Wodonga Saints versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Piper Van Malsen. Round 11. Chiltern versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Chiltern, Miley Clark. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Keely Owen. Midi United versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Midi United, Evie Kaur. Tallangatta versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Gemma Dodd. Waganya versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Sienna Pace. Yakandanda versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Audrey Bell. Round 12. Beechworth versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, April Eade. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Waganya. 3 votes, Waganya, Dakota Smith. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Gemma Dodd. Rutherglen versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Imogen Hare. Wodonga Saints versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Evie Kaur. Yakandanda versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Tully Proctor. Our round 12 leaderboard, we have Evie and Zoe on 13, Georgie and Layla on 14, Dakota and Lucy on 16, Bella's on 17, Piper's on 19, Gemma is on 21 and Tully is on 23. Just a quick round the clubs. Round 13. Barnawatha versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Haven Drage. Chiltern versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Chiltern, Jess Stewart. Midi United versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Midi United, Bella Bowles. Tallangatta versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Lucy Williams. Thaguna versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Thaguna, Hayley Hop. Waganya versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Madeline Enshaw. Round 14. Beechworth versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Phoebe Condren. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Ella Di Stefano. Rutherglen versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Kate Good. Waganya versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Ella Bowles. Wodonga Saints versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Sophie Todrovic. Yakandanda versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, India Butler. Round 15, Barnawatha versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Lily Watkins. Chiltern versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Evie Kaur. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Keely Owen. Tallangatta versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Gemma Dodd. Thaguna versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Thaguna, Tully Proctor. Waganya versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Waganya, Dakota Smith. Round 16. Beechworth versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Hayley McIntosh. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Lily Watkins. Rutherglen versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Bella Bowles. Tallangatta versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Gemma Dodd. Thaguna versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Jess Stewart. Waganya versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Waganya, Mia Seymour. So our round 16 leaderboard, we have Zoe and Georgie on 16, Jessica's on 18, Lucy and Evie are on 19, Piper and Dakota are on 20, Bella is currently on 26, Tully is on 28, and our leader at the moment is Gemma Dodd on 29. Let's see what the last 2 rounds have to say. Round 17, Beechworth versus Waganya. 3 votes, Waganya, Mia Seymour. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Jess Stewart. Midi United versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Midi United, Chloe Richardson. Rutherglen versus Dedarang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Rutherglen, Maya Lee. Wodonga Saints versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Piper Van Malsum. Yakandanda versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Ava Walker. Round 18. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Lucy McCrowan. Chiltern versus Dedarang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Chiltern, Georgie Flanagan. Wodonga Saints versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Sophie Todrovic. Yakandanda versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Bella Bowles. Waganya versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, India Butler. Barnawatha versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Tully Proctor. So our final leaderboard, we have Ava on 18, Lucy's on 19, Jessica, Evie and Georgie are all on 21. In 4th position is Dakota on 22. Piper is 3rd on 23. We have joint runners-up, Gemma and Bella, both on 29 votes. And our winner is Tully Proctor from Thaguna on 31 votes. So if Tully, Gemma and Bella can make their way to the stage, please. So, Bella, congratulations.
I just want to say thanks to the Tallangatta Netball Association for letting us play, all the girls in the league that got us to play, all the coaches, all the parents that got the girls here, I don't know, all the volunteers and the umpires. Thanks.
Thanks, Bella. And Gemma.
I just want to say thank you to my coach, Daryl Butler, for encouraging me through the year, and the girls on our team for making it a fun season. Yeah, I don't know.
And our winner, Tully Proctor from the Thaguna Football Netball Club.
I'd just like to say a big thank you to my coaches. You've built me up so much this season, and for my team for all their support. To the club, you're a very good club. Yeah, Mum and Dad driving me to training and games. Thank you to everybody. Thanks.
Scooter? pull it out and plug it. I did it the other way. I did it this way.
Should you do it for the heat?
Yeah, no. Just escape again. Leave it plugged in, escape. See if it shows it that. No.
What are you doing?
Don't do that, don't do that. Where's the cover your eyes? Can you turn on something's happening?
Most of the features fail. I really don't want that.
Change in here.
Possibly. It's just the on-off that seems to be.
This is
Yeah. Where's the commission cover eyes?
You good, Rich, mate. Young blokes with me, it's not going to get fouled. You got it?
Scooter's all over his impact.
What happened when it went down again?
That's not what's meant to be coming up. That's meant to be on there.
That's their actual, their screen is not coming up to the else. No, I don't know if that has a duplicated or not. But it's not open. There's not that much info. Yeah. You're running a program.
No, it's just a PowerPoint
It's just a PowerPoint presentation.
Can't be.
You had it up before.
You know, 15 or 13 and 15 is just right.
So we had 2 rounds and it's just done like this in the PowerPoint.
So you haven't changed that?
No. What's happening, Steve? Most of the features of the PowerPoint have been disabled because it hasn't been activated.
That laptop hasn't got an Office subscription. It came up before. It's not got Office 365 or whatever subscribed.
That's not your computer, eh?
No.
Yeah, no. Do they have the PowerPoint like subscription?
No, that's what we just said.
Yeah, that one hasn't. But they just ran it on that.
Yeah, we just did it on this one.
Was it on PowerPoint? The last one?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck if I know.
Just go back to your display thing again, mate. There's a minor change to the settings. No, leave that plugged in.
Even that, it's just not.
Go back
back to his place. Yeah, but it's extending instead of duplicating.
What are you trying to do?
Go back down to duplicate.
Yeah, this one the power.
You're on extend. Change the display to duplicate.
Which one? Show me which one on the screen. This one?
That.
Yeah, cool. So when you go view, you'll get the display and they'll get the full screen. So just give me a minute, son.
Is it just, what slide is it? Just the goal kicker?
Nah, yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't do anything.
Nah, I took the leading goal kickers out.
Yeah, so it's just Jai Redmond.
Yeah.
What do you get then?
I've got 90s, computer gets.
So if we can go wrong,
Okay, sorry about that. Slight technological issue, but it's all sorted. Congratulations to the girls so far. Fantastic couple of counts there. And I must say, the level of the speeches of the young girls has just gone up a notch from the last few years. Fantastic to see some very mature speeches, and well done to those girls. We'll move on to the under-14s. Start with the leading goal kicker. From Dettering Mount Beauty, Jai Redmond with 56 goals. Jai wears the number 23 jumper. He's played 13 games this year for an average of 4 goals a game, highlighted by a bag of 12 against Kiwa in round 4, 2 lots of 9 against Midda in rounds 2 and 13, 2 lots of 5. But I want to ask him, in their win on Saturday, he was kept goalless.
I'd like to say thank you to my mum and dad for driving me around, and my coaches, Dad and Aaron, for coaching us through this year. It's been a good year, and to the boys watching at home, let's hope we can win this thing, and to Darcy, my mate, hopefully you can get better and play the final series.
Well done, mate. So you moved into the middle on Saturday? Yeah, lovely. Well done.
Thank you.
Waiting for him to say that they needed him on the ball, but well done to Jai. An initiative this year to appreciate our young and rising stars. With the help of Willow and the guys at Sports Power Albury, we introduced the Sports Power Player of the Year, and it's with great pleasure to announce from Yakandanda, Oliver Bodenberg. Ollie also represented the league in the Junior Interleague at Lavington and was also named Player of the Carnival there. He gets a trophy, and Sports Power, mate, you'll go there at the start of next year and get a new pair of boots.
Just like to say big thanks to Mum and Dad for driving me around all my games. Thanks to Sports Power for sponsoring this award. Thanks to the club, and to the boys. Hope we had a pretty good year, proved a lot, and hopefully finished off.
Well, mate. We'll move on with the count now. So the leaderboard after round 6. In 5th place, Jack Colston on 7 votes from Dettering Mount Beauty. 4th place, Reuben Farlett from Beechworth on 8 votes. Equal second, Flynn Verhoost and William Linden on 11 votes, both from Rutherglen, and Ollie's in front on 15 from Yakandanda. Thank you to T&J Roofing for their sponsorship of the under-14s this year. We'll go into round 7. Thaguna versus Barnawatha. 1 vote, Thaguna, Fletcher Walsh. 2 votes, Barnawatha, Seth Chant. 3 votes, Thaguna, Mitch Callawert. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Chilton. 1 vote, Chilton, Cody Shannon. 2 votes, Dettering Mount Beauty, Darcy Fallon. 3 votes, Dettering Mount Beauty, Jack Colston. Beechworth versus Sandy Creek. 1 vote, Beechworth, Cooper Cook. 2 votes, Beechworth, Reuben Farlett. 3 votes, Beechworth, Rourke Warner. Midda United versus Yakandanda. 1 vote, Yakandanda, Darcy Johnson. 2 votes, Midda, Kang Nguyen. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Ollie Boddenberg. Round 8 versus Thaguna versus Midda. 1 vote, Thaguna, Jake Goonan. 2 votes, Midda, Kang Nguyen. 3 votes, Midda, Blake Morgan. Tallangatta versus Barnawatha. 1 vote, Barnawatha, Ryder Stevenson. 2 votes, Tallangatta, Casey McCabe. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Rafi McFarlane. Rutherglen versus Yakandanda. 1 vote, Yakandanda, Harvey Gosling. 2 votes, Rutherglen, William Linden. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Ollie Boddenberg. Round 9, Dettering Mount Beauty versus Thaguna. 1 vote, Thaguna, Harry Goonan. That's Dettering. 2 votes, Dettering, Darcy Fallon. 3 votes, Dettering Mount Beauty, Jack Colston. Chiltern versus Tallangatta. 1 vote, Chiltern, Riley Lappin. 2 votes, Tallangatta, Rafi McFarlane. 3 votes, Chiltern, Kobe Shannon. Barnawatha versus Midda. 1 vote, Midda, Ethan Wilson. 2 votes, Midda, Kang Nguyen. 3 votes, Midda, Edward Prideaux. Yakandanda versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 1 vote, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Jared Carberry. 2 votes, Yakandanda, Mitch Waller. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Ollie Boddenberg. Round 10, Midda United versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 1 vote, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Jared Carberry. 2 votes, Midda, Judson Van Mulsum. 3 votes, Midda, Blake Morgan. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Yakandanda. 1 vote, Yakandanda, Ollie Boddenberg. 2 votes, Dettering Mount Beauty, Fergus Gardner. 3 votes, Dettering Mount Beauty, Darcy Fallon. Thaguna versus Tallangatta. 1 vote, Tallangatta, Rafi McFarlane. 2 votes, Thaguna, Harry Goonan. 3 votes, Thaguna, Mitch Callowert. Beechworth versus Rutherglen. 1 vote, Rutherglen, Flynn Verhulst. 2 votes, Beechworth, Reuben Farlett. 3 votes, Beechworth, Tom Stefaniak. Round 11, Tallangatta versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 1 vote, Tallangatta, Sexton McCauley. 2 votes, Dettering Mount Beauty, Fergus Gardner. 3 votes, Dettering Mount Beauty, Jack Colston. Midda United versus Beechworth. 1 vote, Midda, Kang Nguyen. 2 votes, Beechworth, Kobe Wood. 3 votes, Beechworth, Rourke Warner. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Rutherglen. 1 vote, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Casey McCabe. 2 votes, Rutherglen, Flynn Verhulst. 3 votes, Rutherglen, Logan Poole. Chiltern versus Barnawatha. 1 vote, Barnawatha, Ben Starr. 2 votes, Chiltern, Kobe Shannon. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Harry Turvey. Round 12, Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Tallangatta. 1 vote, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Casey McCabe. 2 votes, Tallangatta, Rafi McFarlane. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Jared Carberry. Beechworth versus Chiltern. 1 vote, Beechworth, Reuben Farlett. 2 votes, Beechworth, Rourke Warner. 3 votes, Beechworth, Hugo Bant. Yakandanda versus Thaguna. 1 vote, Yakandanda, Darcy Johnson. 2 votes, Yakandanda, Mitch Waller. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Ollie Boddenberg. Rutherglen versus Barnawatha. 1 vote, Barnawatha, Seth Chant. 2 votes, Rutherglen, Will Linden. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Harry Turvey. Leaderboard after round 12. In 5th place, we have Reuben Farlett on 13 votes from Beechworth. In 4th place, Flynn Verhulst on 14 votes from Rutherglen. In 3rd place, Will Linden on 15 from Rutherglen. In 2nd, Jack Colston from Dettering Mount Beauty on 16. And in the lead is Ollie Boddenberg on 28 votes. Can he be caught? Round 13, Barnawatha versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 1 vote, Barnawatha, Bodie McAuliffe. 2 votes, Barnawatha, Chad Abel. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Jared Carberry. Thaguna versus Beechworth. 1 vote, Beechworth, Reuben Farlett. 2 votes, Beechworth, Tom Stefaniak. 3 votes, Beechworth, Rourke Warner. Chiltern versus Yakandanda. 1 vote, Connor Pendergast, Chiltern. 2 votes, Yakandanda, Darcy Johnson. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Ollie Boddenberg. Tallangatta versus Rutherglen. 1 vote, Tallangatta, Rafi McFarlane. 2 votes, Rutherglen, Flynn Verhulst. 3 votes, Rutherglen, Logan Poole. Midda United versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 1 vote, Dettering Mount Beauty, Jai Redmond. 2 votes Midder, Judson Van Molsom. 3 votes Dettering Mount Beauty, Jack Colston. Round 14, Beechworth versus Barney. 1 vote Beechworth, Cooper Cook. 2 votes Barnawatha, Ryder Stevenson. 3 votes Beechworth, Reuben Farlett. Kiwasandy Creek versus Thaguna. 1 vote Thaguna, Liam Piltz. 2 votes Kiwasandy Creek, Jared Carberry. 3 votes Thaguna, Harry Goonan. Rutherglen versus Chilton. 1 vote Rutherglen, Flynn Verhulst. 2 votes Rutherglen, Logan Poole. 3 votes Rutherglen, Will Linden. Yakandanda versus Tallangatta. 1 vote Yakandanda, Mitch Waller. 2 votes Tallangatta, Rafi McFarlane. 3 votes Yakandanda, Ollie Bodenberg. Round 15, Tallangatta versus Beechworth. Macaulay Sexton, 1 vote Tallangatta. 2 votes Beechworth, Reuben Farlett. 3 votes Beechworth, Rourke Warner. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Kiwasandy Creek. 1 vote Dettering Mount Beauty, Rowan Jones. 2 votes Dettering Mount Beauty, Darcy Fallon. 3 votes Dettering Mount Beauty, Jack Colston. Thaguna versus Rutherglen. 1 vote Thaguna, Mitch Callowert. 2 votes Rutherglen, Will Linden. 3 votes Thaguna, Harry Goonan. Chilton versus Midder. 1 vote Midder, Kang Nguyen. 2 votes Chilton, Kobe Shannon. 3 votes Midder, Edward Prideaux. Round 16, Rutherglen versus Midder United. 1 vote Midder, Kang Nguyen. 2 votes Rutherglen, Will Linden. 3 votes Rutherglen, Harry Chandler. Thaguna versus Chilton. 1 vote Chilton, Kobe Shannon. 2 votes Thaguna, Max Willis. 3 votes Thaguna, Harry Goonan. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Barnawatha. 1 vote Barnawatha, Brodie McAuliffe. 2 votes Dettering Mount Beauty, Darcy Fallon. 3 votes Dettering Mount Beauty, Jack Colston. Beechworth versus Yakandanda. 1 vote Yakandanda, Ollie Bodenberg. 2 votes Beechworth, Reuben Farlett. 3 votes Beechworth, Tom Stefaniak. Round 17, Midder United versus Tallangatta. 1 vote Tallangatta, Rafi McFarlane. 2 votes Midder, Ethan Wilson. 3 votes Midder, Edward Prideaux. Yakandanda versus Barnawatha. 1 vote Yakandanda, Mitch Waller. 2 votes Barnawatha, Archie Jackson. 3 votes Yakandanda, Ollie Bodenberg. Kiwasandy Creek versus Chilton. 1 vote Chilton, Ryland Brown. 2 votes Kiwasandy Creek, Harrison Lierentveld. 3 votes Kiwasandy Creek, Casey McCabe. Rutherglen versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 1 vote Rutherglen, Flynn Verhulst. 2 votes Rutherglen, Arthur Morris. 3 votes Dettering Mount Beauty, Darcy Fallon. Round 18, Barnawatha versus Thaguna. 1 vote Thaguna, Harry Goonan. 2 votes Barnawatha, Seth Chant. 3 votes Barnawatha, Harry Turvey. Chilton versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 1 vote Chilton, Kobe Shannon. 2 votes Dettering Mount Beauty, Jack Colston. 3 votes Dettering Mount Beauty, Darcy Fallon. But Kiwa versus Beechworth. 1 vote Beechworth, Tom Stefaniak. 2 votes Beechworth, Reuben Farlett. 3 votes Beechworth, Rourke Warner. Yakandanda versus Midder United. 1 vote Yakandanda, Mitch Waller. 2 votes Midder, Kang Nguyen. 3 votes Yakandanda, Ollie Bodenberg. So the final leaderboard in 6th place, Darcy Fallon from Dettering Mount Beauty on 20 votes. In 5th place, Rourke Warner from Beechworth on 21. In 4th place, Will Linden from Rutherglen on 22. In 3rd place, Reuben Farlett from Beechworth on 23. Our runner-up on 27 votes is Jack Colston from the Dettering Mount Beauty Bombers. I'd like to invite Neil Condren up from the TDFL Executive to present the award to the boys. Jack Colston polled in 10 of his 14 games with 7 best on grounds, only out of his side's best players twice for the year, kicked 14 goals, and he also represented the league at the Junior Carnival as well. Well done.
Yeah, I just want to thank you, my team, for having a great year. Having a great year.
Closer to the mouth.
Oh. And thank you for my parents for taking me to every game. And thank you for my parents for taking me to every game. And yeah, thanks to coaches, Aaron and Brad, out the back there. Yeah, thank you.
Well done, mate. He's already been up here before, our winner from Yakandanda, Ollie Boddenberg, with 41 votes. 41 votes. 41 votes is equal, second highest amount of votes with Finn Osborne of Waggunya in 2018, only 3 shy of Nick Patton's record back in 2019 with 44. Ollie polled in every game he played in, had 8 best on grounds in the first 9 rounds, 13 all up. He was named in the best 15 out of the 16 games he played for Yak and 1 for Midder when Yak had a bye. Played a game up in the under-17s, and as I said before, he was a player of the carnival in the junior interleague carnival. Well done, Ollie.
Thank you.
There you go. You can have that one as well. And the pouch.
Well, I'll say thanks to coaches Ty and Luke, or Dad and Luke. Thanks for coaching us this year. Thanks to Yui for his speech advice. And thanks to the league.
Well done, boys. Hopefully without any technical difficulty, we'll change over to the netball now and ask Judy to do the count for the 17 and under. No, but we can put in the broadcast
Okay, 17 and under. Round 1, Barnawatha versus Rutherglen, 3 votes, Barnawatha, Brooke Anderson. Chiltern versus Beechworth, 3 votes, Chiltern, Katie Pritchard. Midi United versus Wodonga Saints, 3 votes, Midi United, Chelsea Harding. Tallangatta versus Kiwa Sandy Creek, 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Mia Sanday. Thaguna versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Kate McIntosh. Wigunya versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Wigunya, Poppy Masari. Round 2. Beechworth versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Beechworth, Poppy Voigt. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Olivia Swinnerton. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Mia Jefferson. Rutherglen versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Madison McKimmie. Wodonga Saints versus Wigunya. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Rhiannon Hohenberg. Yakandanda versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Taylor Dale. Round 3. Barnawatha versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Zali Macklin. Chiltern versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Chiltern, Katie Pritchard. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Rhiannon Hornberg. Midi United versus Wigunya. 3 votes, Midi United, Rhianna Quinton. Tallangatta versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Cass Heafy. Thaguna versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Charlie Bradsworth Kerr. Round 4. Beechworth versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Cass Heafy. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Leah Knight. Midi United versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Taylor Dale. Rutherglen versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Jessica Fordham. Wodonga Saints versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Zali Macklin. Yakandanda versus Wigunya. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Eve Lawson. Round 5. Barnawatha versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Maggie McInnes. Chiltern versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Chiltern, Katie Pritchard. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Dettering Mount Beauty, Fern Hines. Tallangatta versus Midi United. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Cass Heafy. Thaguna versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Lily Barry. Wigunya versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Wigunya, Evelyn Hooper. Round 6. Barnawatha versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Alyssa Cole. Chiltern versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Chiltern, Georgia Evans. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Wigunya. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Mia Sanday. Midi United versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Midi United, Regan Mitchell. Wodonga Saints versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Cass Heafy. Yakandanda versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Kate McIntosh. Our leaderboard after round 6, we have Carla, Kate and Mia all on 7, Madison and Taylor are on 8, Zali and Charlie are on 9, Mia's on 10, Cass is on 12 and Katie Pritchard is currently leading on 13 votes. Round 7, Beechworth versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Sophie Ingram. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Katie Pritchard. Midi United versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Midi United, Chelsea Harding. Rutherglen versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Lily Barry. Tallangatta versus Wigunya. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Madison McKimmie. Thaguna versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Alyssa Cole. Round 8. Beechworth versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Beechworth, Poppy Voigt. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Sophie Ingram. Rutherglen versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Kate McIntosh. Tallangatta versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Cass Heafy. Thaguna versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Regan Mitchell. Wigunya versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Katie Pritchard. Round 9. Barnawatha versus Midi United. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Crystal Jackson. Chiltern versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Chiltern, Layla Vandermeer. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Tully Proctor. Rutherglen versus Wigunya. 3 votes, Wigunya, Tara Willett. Wodonga Saints versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Rhiannon Hornberg. Yakandanda versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Mia Sanday. Round 10. Barnawatha versus Wigunya. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Crystal Jackson. Beechworth versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Beechworth, Natalie Vincent. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Kate McIntosh. Midi United versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Mia Sanday. Thaguna versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Madison McKimmie. Wodonga Saints versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Layla Vandermeer. Round 11. Chiltern versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Chiltern, Katie Pritchard. Kiewa Sandy Creek versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Kiewa Sandy Creek, Rosie Wright. Midi United versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Beechworth, Georgie Socket. Tallangatta versus Dedarang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Tess Patton. Waganya versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Taylor Blakemore. Yakandanda versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Kate McIntosh. Round 12. Beechworth versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Katie Pritchard. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Waganya. 3 votes, Waganya, Tara Willett. Kiewa Sandy Creek versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Cass Heafy. Rutherglen versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Alyssa Cole. Wodonga Saints versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Olivia Swinnerton. Yakandanda versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Eve Lawson. Our leaderboard at round 12, we have Charlie, Layla, Fern, Mia and Olivia all on 10. Chelsea's on 11. Tara and Zalia on 12. Carla's on 13. Mia and Kate are on 16. Madison's on 19. Cass is on 20 and Kate is currently on 26. We'll just do a fly around the clubs as well. Okay, round 13. Barnawatha versus Kiewa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiewa Sandy Creek, Rosie Wright. Chiltern versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Chiltern, Katie Pritchard. Midi United versus Dedarang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Midi United, Chelsea Harding. Tallangatta versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Tess Patton. Thaguna versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Beechworth, Matilda Boyd. Waganya versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Lily Barry. Round 14, Beechworth versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Zali Macklin. Kiewa Sandy Creek versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Kiewa Sandy Creek, Amy Moyle. Rutherglen versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Katie Pritchard. Waganya versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Darcy Mitchell. Wodonga Saints versus Dedarang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Rhiannon Honberg. Yakandanda versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Cass Heafy. Round 15. Barnawatha versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Zali Macklin. Chiltern versus Midi United. 3 votes, Chiltern, Layla Vandermeer. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Kiewa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiewa Sandy Creek, Rosie Wright. Tallangatta versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Paige McKimmie. Thaguna versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Rutherglen, Annie Johnson. Waganya versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Kate McIntosh. Round 16. Beechworth versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Eve Lawson. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Zali Macklin. Rutherglen versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Hayley Klingerman. Tallangatta versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Tess Patton. Thaguna versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Georgia Evans. Waganya versus Kiewa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiewa Sandy Creek, Leah Knight. At round 16, Tess is on 14, Tara's on 15, Chelsea's on 16, Layla's on 17, Mia's on 18, Kate's on 19, Zali's on 21, Madison's on 22. Cass is currently on 23 and our current leader is Katie Pritchard from Chiltern on 34. Looks like a race for second. Round 17, Beechworth versus Waganya. 3 votes, Beechworth, Natalie Vincent. Kiewa Sandy Creek versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Kiewa Sandy Creek, Mackenzie Limbrick. Midi United versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Cass Heafy. Rutherglen versus Dedarang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Rutherglen, Annie Johnson. Wodonga Saints versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Carla Volsing. Yakandanda versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Alyssa Cole. Round 18. Wodonga Saints versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Lily Barry. Kiewa Sandy Creek versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Kiewa Sandy Creek, Olivia Theteran. Yakandanda versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Olivia Swinnerton. Barnawatha versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Alyssa Cole. Waganya versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Madison McKimmie. Chiltern versus Dedarang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Chiltern, Alicia Vandermeer. So our final leaderboard, we have Rhiannon, Tara, Carla and Chelsea all on 16, Alyssa and Layla are on 17, Mia's on 18, Kate's on 20, Zali's on 23, Madison's on 27, our runner-up is Cass on 28, and our winner is Katie Pritchard from Chiltern on 37. So if we can have Katie and Cass make their way to the stage, please. So our runner-up from Tallangatta Football Netball Club is Cass Heafy on 28 votes.
Okay, thank you. Just thanks to the league, thanks to the club for welcoming us in this year, and thank you to Mum and Dad for taking me to netball every week. Thanks to Narelle coaching us. Thanks to the girls, great season, not over yet. And yeah, thank you.
And our 17 under winner on 37 votes is Katie Pritchard from Chiltern.
I just want to say congrats to Cass and thank you to Sandy and Misty for coaching us throughout the year, Mum and Dad for driving me around everywhere each week, and the girls for a great season. Go Swannies.
Okay, we're getting better at this tonight. On to the under-17s football awards, and then we'll do the count. Firstly, in the under-17s, the leading goal kicker for the season from Kiwa Sandy Creek, Charlie Johnson with 56 goals. While he's coming up, I'd like to call up Joel Newnham and Jack Hillier from C Energy Group, our sponsors of the under-17s, to present the trophy. Charlie's first year in the under-17s this year, and he's taken out the goal kicking. He won the under-14s last year with 63 goals. Wearing the number 14 for the Hawks, he kicked 12 goals in round 10 against Midder, along with bags of 6 and 8 in rounds 3 and 13. He's actually played 43 games for the Hawks already and kicked 140 goals. So Jack Neal might be looking at him in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. Congratulations to Charlie.
Thanks to Al and TK. You've done a great job coaching this year. Thanks to Mum and Dad, the rest of the family. Thanks to the boys for kicking it to me. Thank you.
Well done, mate. Good effort. As for the under-14s, the Sports Power Player of the Year, a new pair of footy boots for the start of next season. The winner from Midder, Baxter Wilson. A very interesting season for Baxter. He actually played 24 games of footy this year, 10 in the under-17s and 14 in the seniors. On 6 occasions he played 2 games in the one day and he kicked 28 goals. Well done, mate.
Thank you. I'd just like to say thanks for Mitta, giving me a go on the seniors. Thanks to Mum and Dad for driving me around. Cheers.
Thanks to the boys from C Energy Group. We'll see you in a minute. We'll get on with the counting. So the leaderboard after round 6, in 5th place, Charlie Beattie from Rutherglen on 5 votes. In 4th, Cody Spencer from Thaguna on 6 votes. In 3rd place, Baxter Wilson from Mitta on 8 votes. 2nd place, Judd Cushett from Rutherglen on 9 votes. And leading is Xavier Lane from Yakandanda on 11. Round 7, Thaguna versus Barnawatha. 1 vote, Barnawatha, Jack Shannon. 2 votes, Thaguna, Jack Fegan. 3 votes, Thaguna, Cody Spencer. Tallangatta versus Chilton, 1 vote, Chilton, Jake Stewart. 2 votes, Chilton, Jake Burkett. 3 votes, Chilton, Nate Shepherd. Beechworth versus Kiwa Sandy Creek, 1 vote, Beechworth, Clancy Ellett. 2 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Blake Kappa. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Jake Knight. Mid United versus Yakandanda, 1 vote, Yakandanda, Xavier Lane. 2 votes, Mid United, Baxter Wilson. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Mason Walker. Round 8, Thaguna versus Mid United. 1 vote, Thaguna, Cody Spencer. 2 votes, Mitta, Jed Hodgkin. 3 votes, Thaguna, Jack Fegan. Tallangatta versus Barnawatha, 1 vote, Barnawatha, Tom Beattie. 2 votes, Barnawatha, Jake Beattie. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Taj White. Rutherglen versus Yakandanda, 1 vote, Rutherglen, Rory Beattie. 2 votes, Rutherglen, Luke Nicholson. 3 votes, Rutherglen, Lenny Hill. Kiwa versus Chilton, 1 vote, Kiwa, John Dove. 2 votes, Kiwa, Will McCoy. 3 votes, Kiwa, Nate Redcliffe. Round 9, Beechworth versus Thaguna. 1 vote, Beechworth, Hagan Hopp. 2 votes, Thaguna, Bailey Kerr. 3 votes, Thaguna, Jack Fegan. Chilton versus Tallangatta, 1 vote, Chilton, Scott Hodgetts. 2 votes, Chilton, Jake Burkett. 3 votes, Chilton, Luke Vandermeer. Barnawatha versus Mid United, 1 vote, Mitta, Will Decker. 2 votes, Barnawatha, Jack Turvey. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Will Beattie. Yakandanda versus Kiwa Sandy Creek, 1 vote, Kiwa, Darcy Cross. 2 votes, Kiwa, Will McCoy. 3 votes, Kiwa, Nate Redcliffe. Round 10, Barney versus Yak, 1 vote, Yak, Xavier Lane. 2 votes, Barnawatha, Connor Howes. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Tommy Lockhart. Mid United versus Kiwa Sandy Creek, 1 vote, Kiwa, Nate Redcliffe. 2 votes, Kiwa, Jay Gericke. 3 votes, Kiwa, Harley Wilson. Thaguna versus Tallangatta, 1 vote, Thaguna, Cody Spencer. 2 votes, Thaguna, Seth Beer. 3 votes, Thaguna, Jack Fegan. Beechworth versus Rutherglen, 1 vote, Beechworth, Clancy Ellett. 2 votes, Rutherglen, Luke Nicholson. 3 votes, Rutherglen, Judd Cushett. Round 11, Tallangatta versus Thaguna. 1 vote, Thaguna, Bailey Kerr. 2 votes, Thaguna, Isaac Daly. 3 votes, Thaguna, Jack Fegan. Mid United versus Beechworth, 1 vote, Beechworth, Charlie Webb. 2 votes, Mitta, Will Patton. 3 votes, Mitta, Baxter Wilson. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Rutherglen, 1 vote, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Harley Wilson. 2 votes, Rutherglen, Luke Nicholson. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Fletcher Seymour. Chilton versus Barnawatha, 1 vote, Barnawatha, Seb Saunders. 2 votes, Chilton, Jake Burkett. 3 votes, Chilton, Connor Howes. Round 12, Kiwa versus Mitta, 1 vote, Mitta, Baxter Wilson. 2 votes, Kiwa, Nate Redcliffe. 3 votes, Kiwa, Jake Knight. Beechworth versus Chilton, 1 vote, Beechworth, Vaughan Bussell. 2 votes, Chilton, Luke Vandermeer. 3 votes, Chilton, Jake Burkett. Yakandanda versus Thaguna, 1 vote, Thaguna, Bailey Kerr. 2 votes, Yakandanda, Xavier Lane. 3 votes, Thaguna, Jack Fegan. Rutherglen versus Barnawatha, 1 vote, Rutherglen, Archer Colvin, 2 votes, Barnawatha, Jack Turvey, 3 votes, Rutherglen, Luke Nicholson. Leaderboard after round 12, in 5th place. We have Judd Cushett on 12 votes from Rutherglen. 4th place, Luke Nicholson from Rutherglen on 13. In 3rd place, Baxter Wilson from Midera on 14. 2nd at the moment, Xavier Lane on 15 from Yak. And the leader, Jack Fegan on 22 from Thaguna. Round 13, Barney versus Kiwa, 1 vote, Barnawatha, Will Beattie, 2 votes, Kiwa, Jake Knight, 3 votes, Kiwa, Charlie Johnson. Midi United versus Beechworth, 1 vote, Beechworth, Quinn Bussell, 2 votes, Midda, Charlie Bowles, 3 votes, Midda, Mark Baker. Chiltern versus Yakandanda, 1 vote, Yakandanda, Mason Walker, 2 votes, Chiltern, Jake Burkett, 3 votes, Chiltern, Luke Vandermeer. Tallangatta versus Rutherglen, 1 vote, Rutherglen, Charlie Beattie, 2 votes, Rutherglen, Rory Beattie, 3 votes, Rutherglen, Judd Cushett. Round 14, Beechworth versus Barnawatha, 1 vote, Beechworth, Oliver Neal, 2 votes, Barnawatha, Taj White, 3 votes, Barnawatha, Tom Beattie. Kiwa versus Thaguna, 1 vote, Thaguna, Reece Wall, 2 votes, Kiwa, Fletcher Seymour, 3 votes, Kiwa, Blake Kappa. Rutherglen versus Chiltern, 1 vote, Chiltern, Rama Schiltz, 2 votes, Rutherglen, Judd Cushett, 3 votes, Chiltern, Luke Vandermeer. Yakandanda versus Tallangatta, 1 vote, Yak, Joe Murphy, 2 votes, Tallangatta, Milton Fulford, 3 votes, Yakandanda, Xavier DeHennon. Round 15, Tallangatta versus Beechworth, a 1 vote, Beechworth, Charlie Webb, 2 votes, Tallangatta, Angus Lord, 3 votes, Tallangatta, Darcy Cross. Barnawatha versus Kiwa, Sandy Creek, 1 vote, Kiwa, Harley Wilson, 2 votes, Kiwa, Riley Chant, 3 votes, Kiwa, Sandy Creek, Jake Knight. Thaguna versus Rutherglen, 1 vote, Rutherglen, Declan Thompson, 2 votes, Thaguna, Will Fegan, 3 votes, Thaguna, Bailey Kerr. Chiltern versus Midi United, 1 vote, Chiltern, Chad Brooks, 2 votes, Midda, Charlie Bowles, 3 votes, Chiltern, Luke Vandermeer. Round 16, Rutherglen versus Midi United, 1 vote, Rutherglen, Luke Nicholson, 2 votes, Midda, Baxter Wilson, 3 votes, Rutherglen, Judd Cushett. Tallangatta versus Kiwa, Sandy Creek, 1 vote, Tallangatta, Angus Lord, 2 votes, Kiwa, Riley Chant, 3 votes, Kiwa, Jake Knight. Beechworth versus Yakandanda, 1 vote, Beechworth, Jarrah Eaton, 2 votes, Yakandanda, Banjo Flower, 3 votes, Yakandanda, Xavier Lane. Thaguna versus Chiltern, 1 vote, Thaguna, Cody Spencer, 2 votes, Chiltern, Chad Brooks, 3 votes, Thaguna, Jack Fegan. Round 17, Midda United versus Tallangatta, 1 vote, Tallangatta, James Mansfield, 2 votes, Midda, Hunter Ryan, 3 votes, Midda, Mark Baker. Beechworth versus Thaguna, 1 vote, Thaguna, Jaden Kerr, 2 votes, Beechworth, Clancy Ellett, 3 votes, Beechworth, Kane Scott. Yakandanda versus Barnawatha, 1 vote, Yakandanda, Xavier DeHennon, 2 votes, Barnawatha, Clayton Munro, 3 votes, Yakandanda, Mason Walker. Round 18, Kiwa, Sandy Creek versus Beechworth, 1 vote, Kiwa, Will McCoy, 2 votes, Kiwa, Riley Chant, 3 votes, Kiwa, Jake Knight. Yakandanda versus Midi United, 1 vote, Midda, Will Watson, 2 votes, Yakandanda, Xavier Lane, 3 votes, Yakandanda, Mason Walker. Chiltern versus Rutherglen, 1 vote, Rutherglen, Luke Nicholson, 2 votes, Chiltern, Luke Vandermeer, 3 votes, Rutherglen, Judd Cushett. Barnawatha versus Thaguna, 1 vote, Thaguna, Logan Fewhart, 2 votes, Barnawatha, Will Beattie, 3 votes, Thaguna, Jack Fegan. Our final leaderboard in 5th spot. On 16 votes, Baxter Wilson from Midi United. Equal 3rd on 20 votes, we have Jake Knight from Kiwa, Luke Vandermeer from Chiltern and Xavier Lane from Yak. And our runner-up on 21 votes from Corowa, Judd Cushett. Well, apologies to Judway coming up. I've got it written down here. He's the father of Cade, the Coral legend, and obviously Judd is going to be the Rutherglen legend in years to come. On 21 votes, he played 15 games in the under-17s, played 4 games in the seniors, kicked 10 goals and was twice in the best, twice in the reserves. He played as well and got in the best both times. He's kicked 30 goals, all 21 votes, 7 best on grounds. Well done, mate.
Yeah, pretty unexpected for this year, to be honest. But yeah, I'd like to thank the boys and the coaches for getting us through the year. I'd like to thank Mum and Dad for supporting me all year, and hopefully we can make it further through the finals.
Well done, mate. Medal and the trophy. And our winner of the C Energy Group Under-17s medal, Jack Fegan from Thaguna on 28 votes. Got told to say, son of Tim, another Bulldogs legend. Jack wears a number 4, got 8 best on grounds with 5 in a row from rounds 8 to 12. Couldn't be beaten when he got that 3 vote in round 16. Polled in 11 of the 17 games that he played. Also played a match in the seniors and the reserves this year and managed to kick 8 goals as well. Well done, Jack.
Thank you. I'd like to say a quick mention to the club. It's been a super year for all of us. Also to the league, it's been a cracking year all round, real close competition. I'd like to thank coaches, Sheepy and Tommy as well. Couldn't have done it without them. They've been awesome this year. So, yeah, thanks to everyone.
And again, thanks to the boys from C Energy Group for your sponsorship. We look forward to the rest of the season and next year, hopefully. I'd like to call up Judy and Bianca to call us. The C-grade netball.
Okay, C grade round 1. Barnawatha versus Rutherglen, 3 votes, Barnawatha, Darcy O'Neill. Chilton versus Beechworth, 3 votes, Chilton, Katie Morass. Midi United versus Wodonga Saints, 3 votes, Midi United, Georgie Murcott. Tallangatta versus Kiwa Sandy Creek, 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Lauren Cole. Thaguna versus Yakandanda, 3 votes, Thaguna, Melita Miller. Waganya versus Dedering Mount Beauty, 3 votes, Dedering Mount Beauty, Georgia Michael. Round 2, Beechworth versus Thaguna, 3 votes, Thaguna, Laura Styler. Dedering Mount Beauty versus Midi United, 3 votes, Midi United, Lisa Hodgkin. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Barnawatha, 3 votes, Barnawatha, Jayla Daunt. Rutherglen versus Tallangatta, 3 votes, Tallangatta, Sian Sheether. Wodonga Saints versus Waganya, 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Tess Croton. Yakandanda versus Chilton, 3 votes, Chilton, Patrina Sanderson. Barnawatha versus Beechworth, 3 votes, Barnawatha, Lily Beattie. Chilton versus Rutherglen, 3 votes, Chilton, Rachel Tui. Dedering Mount Beauty versus Wodonga Saints, 3 votes, Dedering Mount Beauty, Alira Larkin. Midi United versus Waganya, 3 votes, Midi United, Amanda Dutton. Tallangatta versus Yakandanda, 3 votes, Yakandanda, Elise Pritchard. Thaguna versus Kiwa Sandy Creek, 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Alicia Turner. Round 4, Beechworth versus Tallangatta, 3 votes, Tallangatta, Sian Sheether. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Dedering Mount Beauty, 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Tegan Ritchie. Midi United versus Chilton, 3 votes, Chilton, Patrina Sanderson. Rutherglen versus Thaguna, 3 votes, Thaguna, Zali Dingle. Wodonga Saints versus Barnawartha. 3 votes, Barnawartha, Sophie Jefferson. Yakandanda versus Waganya. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Isla McMillan. Round 5. Barnawartha versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Barnawartha, Alicia Schubert. Chiltern versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Chiltern, Patrina Sanderson. Dedorang Mount Beauty versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Dedorang Mount Beauty, Bridie Marshall. Tallangatta versus Midi United. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Sian Sheether. Thaguna versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Thaguna, Zali Dingle. Waganya versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Beechworth, Rachel Henderson. Round 6. Barnawartha versus Dedorang. 3 votes, Barnawartha, Sophie Jefferson. Chiltern versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Chiltern, Patrina Sanderson. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Waganya. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Lisa McInerney. Midi United versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Midi United, Amanda Dutton. Wodonga Saints versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Ashley Nankervis. Yakandanda versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Beechworth, Rachel Henderson. Our leaderboard at round 6, we have Amanda and Sophie on 6, Isla, Zali, Ashley and Jayla all on 7, Lisa's on 8, Rachel's on 10, Sian's on 11 and Patrina is on 12. Okay, round 7, Beechworth versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Alicia Turner. Dedorang Mount Beauty versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Ellen Pritchard. Midi United versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Elise Pritchard. Rutherglen versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Marnie Thwaites. Tallangatta versus Waganya. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Sian Sheether. Thaguna versus Barnawartha. 3 votes, Thaguna, Jess Strauss. Round 8. Beechworth versus Dedorang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Beechworth, Rachel Henderson, Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Sarah Albert. Rutherglen versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Elise Pritchard. Tallangatta versus Barnawartha. 3 votes, Barnawartha, Jayla Daunt. Thaguna versus Midi United. 3 votes, Thaguna, Cassidy Schultz. Waganya versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Katie Morass. Round 9. Barnawartha versus Midi United. 3 votes, Barnawartha, Angela Naldred. Chiltern versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Emily Wood. Dedorang Mount Beauty versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Kate O'Donoghue. Rutherglen versus Waganya. 3 votes, Rutherglen, Emma Beattie. Wodonga Saints versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Marnie Thwaites. Yakandanda versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Isla McMillan. Round 10. Barnawartha versus Waganya. 3 votes, Barnawartha, Shelby Daunt. Beechworth versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Beechworth, Rachel Henderson. Dedorang Mount Beauty versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Ava Flower. Midi United versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Lauren Coyle. Thaguna versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Thaguna, Cassidy Schultz. Wodonga Saints versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Katie Morass. Round 11. Chiltern versus Barnawartha. 3 votes, Barnawartha, Jayla Daunt. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Tegan Ritchie. Midi United versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Beechworth, Rachel Henderson. Tallangatta versus Dedorang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Ashley Nankervis. Waganya versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Jess Strauss. Yakandanda versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Isla McMillan. Round 12. Beechworth versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Patrina Sanderson. Dedorang Mount Beauty versus Waganya. 3 votes, Dedorang Mount Beauty, Monique Ford. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Emily Wood. Rutherglen versus Barnawartha. 3 votes, Barnawartha, Alicia Schubert. Wodonga Saints versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Amanda Payton. Yakandanda versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Zali Dingle. Our leaderboard at round 12, we have Marnie and Amanda on 11, Jessica's on 12, Zalia and Katie are on 13, Elisa's on 14, Isla and Jayla are on 15, Sian's on 16, Patrina is on 20, and our current leader is Rachel Henderson from Beechworth on 22 votes. A quick around the grounds. Kiwa Sandy Creek, Lauren Coyle. Chiltern versus Yakandanda, 3 votes, Chiltern, Patrina Sanderson. Midi United versus Dedarang Mount Beauty, 3 votes, Midi United, Amanda Dutton. Tallangatta versus Rutherglen, 3 votes, Tallangatta, Meredith Butler. Thaguna versus Beechworth, 3 votes, Thaguna, Jade Siemenovitz. Waganya versus Wodonga Saints, 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Marnie Thwaites. Round 14, Beechworth versus Barnawatha, 3 votes, Barnawatha, Addison Nixon. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Thaguna, 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Sarah Albert. Rutherglen versus Chiltern, 3 votes, Chiltern, Lane Gray. Waganya versus Midi United, 3 votes, Midi United, Amanda Dutton. Wodonga Saints versus Dedarang Mount Beauty, 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Marnie Thwaites. Yakandanda versus Tallangatta, 3 votes, Tallangatta, Ashnan Curvis. Round 15. Barnawatha versus Wodonga Saints, 3 votes, Barnawatha, Jayla Daunt. Chiltern versus Midi United, 3 votes, Chiltern, Patrina Sanderson. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Kiwa Sandy Creek, 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Alicia Turner. Tallangatta versus Beechworth, 3 votes, Beechworth, Amy Heath. Thaguna versus Rutherglen, 3 votes, Thaguna, Cassidy Schultz. Waganya versus Yakandanda, 3 votes, Yakandanda, Danelle Hack. Round 16, Beechworth versus Yakandanda, 3 votes, Yakandanda, Emily McIntosh. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Barnawatha, 3 votes, Barnawatha, Sophie Jefferson. Rutherglen versus Midi United, 3 votes, Midi United, Lisa Hodgkin. Tallangatta versus Wodonga Saints, 3 votes, Tallangatta, Sian Sheether. Thaguna versus Chiltern, 3 votes, Thaguna, Laura Styler. Waganya versus Kiwa Sandy Creek, 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Alicia Turner. Our leaderboard at round 16, we have Zali on 14, Alicia and Isla on 15, Amanda's on 17, Elise and Marnie 4th place on 19, Jayla's in 3rd place on 22, Rachel and Sian are both on 22, and Patrina, our current leader, is on 26 votes. Round 17. Beechworth versus Waganya, 3 votes, Beechworth, Amy Heath. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Chiltern, 3 votes, Chiltern, Patrina Sanderson. Midi United versus Tallangatta, 3 votes, Tallangatta, Ashley Nankervis. Rutherglen versus Dedarang Mount Beauty, 3 votes, Dedarang Mount Beauty, Isabel Michael. Wodonga Saints versus Thaguna, 3 votes, Thaguna, Pri Palvist. Yakandanda versus Barnawatha, 3 votes, Barnawatha, Shelby Daunt. Round 18. Wodonga Saints versus Rutherglen, 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Tess Crofton. Yakandanda versus Midi United, 3 votes, Yakandanda, Kristen Witherow. Barnawatha versus Thaguna, 3 votes, Barnawatha, Shelby Daunt. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Beechworth, 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Lisa McInerney. Waganya versus Tallangatta, 3 votes, Tallangatta, Sian Sheether. Chiltern versus Dedarang Mount Beauty, 3 votes, Chiltern, Patrina Sanderson. So our final leaderboard on 15 is Isla, Alicia's on 16, Amanda and Ashley are both on 18, Elise and Marnie on 20, Jayla is on 21, Rachel is in 3rd spot on 22, our runner-up is Sian Sheether on 25 votes, and our winner from Chiltern is Patrina Sanderson on 32 votes. If both Patrina and Sian can make their way up, please. So our runner-up best and fairest for C grade is Sian Sheether from Tallangatta on 25 votes.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the league and congratulate Katrina for winning. I'd like to thank my club and my coach for all that they do around the club. Yeah, the league.
Thank you. And our best and fairest for C grade is Petrina Sanderson on 32 votes from Chiltern.
All right, I'd just like to thank the league, obviously, the Chiltern Netball Club, my coaches, Lisa and Alicia, and all my teammates. We've had a great year. Let's hope we can win a flag now, so that's all I'm hoping for. And I just want to say special congratulations to my daughter who also won.
Ken, you want to present the... Yep, cool. Trying to go, Winky? All right. Congratulations, ladies. Moving on to one of our non-individual awards. I'd like to call up League Executive Member Mr Ken Barnes. We'll go through the club championship with our leaderboard. In 5th place on 585 points, Midi United. In 4th place, Chiltern on 679. In 3rd place, Thaguna on 688. In 2nd place, Yakandanda on 748. And about 50 points in front, 70 points. 772, Kiwa Sandy Creek. We have a representative from Kiwa Sandy Creek. Senior coach Jack Neal.
Thanks, mate. Thanks to the league for this award and a great acknowledgement for our club and the work that they've done this year. Like all clubs, it takes a pair of people to run them and to get the show on the road every weekend. So we certainly acknowledge all the volunteers and the efforts of people that put in their time every weekend, every week, all year round. But in particular, and I see a few around the room of our volunteers and our people, thank you very much for everything you do for our club. It's a proud place, Kiwa, and something like this is a nice acknowledgement for the efforts of everyone at our club. So well done to all the people behind the scenes, the players, supporters, and thanks everyone else.
On to volunteer first, then we like to celebrate some individual efforts, but realistically they are great club efforts. each year, and the TDFL Football Volunteer of the Year. We have nominees: Barry Eaton from Beechworth, Deb Starr from Barnawatha, Andrew Chalmers from Dettering Mount Beauty, the Canine Crew from Yakandanda, and Joe Brooks from Midi United. And the winner of the Volunteer of the Year award is Deb Starr from Barnawatha. And I'll invite our League Executive Member Chris Pearce, and also Life Member of the League, to present it to his fellow club person.
Pass that to her. Oh, she's not here. Oh. You're not that way, are you? Yep. Well deserved.
Thank you, Barney Footy Club, for the nomination, and to everyone else that were nominated from their clubs. We put a lot of time and effort each week as volunteers, and there's a lot of volunteers throughout the clubs to help it run each week. Thank you, Piercy, who probably likes to see me at the end of the day go. He's just a great help to me every Saturday. To my family, my husband doesn't get to see me much on a Saturday, but he probably enjoys that anyway. And to my older boys who have allowed me to do what I do at the club and haven't said to me, "Mum, it's embarrassing you being in our change rooms, get out." So just thank you.
Well done.
Congratulations, Deb. We will now do the Club Umpire of the Year. Obviously another volunteer job. Very hard to find some weeks. The nominees are from Dettering, Heath Fallon; from Rutherglen, Ronnie Oates; from Beechworth, Banjo David; from Barnawatha, Jeff Barter. And the winner of those is Ron Oates from Rutherglen.
I'll keep this nice and sweet because I hate speeches. I'd like to thank the TDFL for the award and all the other umpires that have umpired throughout the year, and the TDFL for this wonderful function. I'll thank Pat Beattie and his committee for their support throughout the year, and I also will thank she'll hate this, but I'll thank my wife because she actually doesn't like football, and she doesn't get to see me every Saturday, which is good. And good luck to everyone else that's in finals and fighting for the big premiership. All the best. Thank you.
Thanks, Ron. Congratulations, Ron.
I'd like to call Judy back to the stage again to go through some volunteer awards for the netball and then on to the B grade count.
Start with volunteer. Firstly, I'd like to call Di Kerr up to the stage to do our presentation of Volunteer of the Year and Umpire of the Year. Those of you who were here last year will be aware that the Volunteer of the Year has been named after Di. We thank her for all she does. Okay, so I'd just like to provide a few words about our Volunteer of the Year this year. This person is their netball operations manager, but also takes on other volunteer roles throughout the club. She coordinates and coaches the Net Set Go program. She assists with the coaching of the under-11s and under-13s on a weekly basis. She's a voice of encouragement for the junior players. She provides specialist coaching support during the year for the 15s and 17s, and also facilitates senior fitness and C-grade training. She's puts her hand up to be the primary care person for the junior games, and is also the team manager for their B-grade team. She's a regular umpire for the 13s and 15s and volunteers for any game day job. So that's not been filled throughout the day. So our Volunteer of the Year this year is Elise Pritchard from Yakandanda. Versus Rutherglen. 3 votes. United versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Midi United, Anna Giltrap. Tallangatta versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Katie. Thaguna versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Thaguna, Sophie Landman. Waganya versus Dedarang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Dedarang Mount Beauty, Emma Cardwell. Round 2. Beechworth versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Melita Miller. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Asher Hodgkin. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Sarah Forrest. Rutherglen versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Celine Baker. Wodonga Saints versus Waganya. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Jade Gardner. Yakandanda versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Ellie O'Neill. Round 3. Barnawatha versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Kate Guy. Chiltern versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Chiltern, Leah Elliott. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Dedarang Mount Beauty, Kelly Prime. Midi United versus Waganya. 3 votes, Midi United, Abby Duncan. Tallangatta versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Katie Mason. Thaguna versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Thaguna, Amy Allen. Round 4. Beechworth versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Celine Baker. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Dedarang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Gabby Robinson. Midi United versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Ashley Rowland. Rutherglen versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Kim Murphy. Wodonga Saints versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Sophie Jefferson. Yakandanda versus Waganya. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Ella Anderson. Round 5. Barnawatha versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Ellie O'Neill. Chiltern versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Gabby Robinson. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Dedarang Mount Beauty, Emma Cardwell. Tallangatta versus Midi United. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Celine Baker. Thaguna versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Thaguna, Amy Allen. Waganya versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Beechworth, Kobe Brock. Round 6. Barnawatha versus Dedarang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Janine Ramage. Chiltern versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Chiltern, Zoe Dickinson. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Waganya. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Kelly Evans. Midi United versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Midi United, Lucy Phillips. Wodonga Saints versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Katie Mason. Yakandanda versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Beechworth, Tess Bynan. Our round 6 leaderboard, we have Sarah, Kelly, Amy and Jessie all on 7. Abby and Elia are on 8. Gabby's on 9. Celine's on 10. And our current leader is Katie Mason from Tallangatta on 11 votes. Round 7. Beechworth versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Perry Baldwin. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Ashley Rowland. Midi United versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Sarah Webber. Rutherglen versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Hannah Gilmore. Tallangatta versus Waganya. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Celine Baker. Thaguna versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Thaguna, Amy Rickson. Round 8. Beechworth versus Dedarang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Dedarang Mount Beauty, Chloe Romans. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Gabby Robinson. Rutherglen versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Rachel Stevens. Tallangatta versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Kath Fryer. Thaguna versus Midi United. 3 votes, Thaguna, Lauren Schmidt. Waganya versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Rihanna Stanning. Round 9. Barnawatha versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Abby Duncan. Chiltern versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Celine Baker. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Sophie Landman. Rutherglen versus Waganya. 3 votes, Rutherglen, Bailey Allison. Wodonga Saints versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Beechworth, Maggie McDonald. Yakandanda versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Gabby Robinson. Round 10. Barnawatha versus Waganya. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Janine Ramage. Beechworth versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Beechworth, Emerson Collins. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Ellie O'Neill. Midi United versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Perry Baldwin. Thaguna versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Celine Baker. Wodonga Saints versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Lucy Anderson. Round 11. Chiltern versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Jessie Verstegen. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Perry Baldwin. Midi United versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Midi United, Anna Smith. Tallangatta versus Dedarang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Cass Heafy. Waigunya versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Emma Doyle. Yakandanda versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Emily Walker. Round 12. Beechworth versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Katie Lappin. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Waigunya. 3 votes, Dedarang Mount Beauty, Chloe Romans. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Celine Baker. Rutherglen versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Jessie Verstegen. Wodonga Saints versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Abby Duncan. Yakandanda versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Ellie O'Neill. Our leaderboard at round 12, we have Janine, Ashley, Sarah and Kath all on 9. Amy's on 10, Katie and Perry are on 13, Ellie and Jessie are on 18, Abby's on 19, Gabby's on 21, and our current leader from Tallangatta is Celine Baker on 22. Just a quick round the clubs. Okay, round 13. Barnawatha versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Perry Baldwin. Chiltern versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Ella Anderson. Midi United versus Dedarang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Midi United, Abby Duncan. Tallangatta versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Katie Mason. Thaguna versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Thaguna, Kim Murphy. Waigunya versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Bridget Smith. Round 14, Beechworth versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Beechworth, Rachel Henderson. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Gian Collins. Rutherglen versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Ashley Rowland. Waigunya versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Sally Hodgkin. Wodonga Saints versus Dedarang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Dedarang Mount Beauty, Amelia Packer. Yakandanda versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Amy Patton. Round 15. Barnawatha versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Jessie Verstegen. Chiltern versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Sally Hodgkin. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Gabby Robinson. Tallangatta versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Celine Baker. Thaguna versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Thaguna, Amy Allen. Waigunya versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Emily Walker. Round 16. Beechworth versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Ellie O'Neill. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Dedarang Mount Beauty, Chloe Romans. Rutherglen versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Abby Duncan. Tallangatta versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Catherine Fryer. Thaguna versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Lucy Anderson. Waigunya versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Gabby Robinson. So at round 16, we have Catherine, Lucy and Ashley all on 12. Chloe's on 13. Katie's on 18. Perry's on 20. Jessie's on 22. Ellie's on 23. Abby's on 25. Celine's on 27. And in first place at the moment is Gabby Robinson from Kiwa on 29 votes. Okay, round 17. Beechworth versus Waigunya. 3 votes, Beechworth, Rachel Henderson. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Perry Baldwin. Midi United versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Midi United, Laura Hodgkin. Rutherglen versus Dedarang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Dedarang Mount Beauty, Kelly Prime. Wodonga Saints versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Amy Rickson. Yakandanda versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Jessica Brout. Round 18. Wodonga Saints versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Jade Gardner. Chiltern versus Dedarang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Dedarang Mount Beauty, Kelly Prime. Barnawatha versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Meg Smith. Waganya versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Mia Williams. Yakandanda versus Middy United. 3 votes, Middy United, Laura Hodgkin. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Gabby Robinson. So our final leaderboard, we have Ashley, Chloe, Amy and Kelly all on 15. Katie's on 18, Jessie's on 22, Perry's on 23, Ellie's on 25, Celine's on 27. Our runner-up is Abby Duncan from Middy United on 29 and our winner on 34 votes, Gabby Robinson from Kiwa Sandy Creek. If both Gabby and Abby could make their way up, please. So our runner-up, best and fairest, is Abby Duncan from Middy United on 29 votes.
Thank you. I'd like to say thank you to everyone who's helped me out this year. It's my first year back after having my daughter Lexi, and so it's helped all the people that have looked after her and let me get to training and game day, so thank you very much.
And our winner on 34 votes from Kiwa Sandy Creek is Gabby Robinson.
Just want to say congratulations to Abby. Thanks to the league, thanks to all the umpires, thanks to my awesome coach Jackie, my husband over there as well, to the Kiwa Footy Netball Club as well, and yeah, thank you. Let's go girls in the finals.
Scooter, back to you.
So it's just the goal kick and then we move on to the count. Congratulations, ladies. And we move on to the reserves football. With me on the stage is our president and the general manager of Cadmac Machinery, the sponsor of our reserves football, been an ongoing sponsor for some years. So Jared's here to present the leading goal kicker in the reserves from Chiltern, Murray Price with 94 goals. He's kicked a couple of bags of 12, 2 lots of 11, played 15 games in the reserves, 10 times in the best and 2 games in the seniors where he kicked a further 5 goals. So he's sitting on 99 for the season. Look forward to seeing what he does on Saturday. Won this award last year with 69 goals. He's also been up here before for the reserve league best and fairest in 2021. Well done, Murray.
No, look, yeah, obviously, thanks to the club. Yeah, it's going all right. Good to be back at Sandy Creek the last couple of weeks. So, big thanks to me partner Ashley. Yeah, always got plenty of tips on goal kicking after the game, so it's always good. Hibbo and Marksy are the 2 coaches, 1s and 2s. So, got us going well at the right time of the year. The boys are going full chooks, so yeah, should be good. But yeah, thanks everyone. Oh, my player sponsor too, O'Connell's Refrigeration. But yeah, thank you.
We'll move on with the count. Our leaderboard after round 6, in 5th place, Jack Keys from Rutherglen with 5 votes. 4th place, Justin Cooksey from the Saints with 6. Equal first from Middo, we have Jai Hodgkin on 9. Thaguna, Harrison Brown as well, and Brad Chant from Barney. So we had a round 7, Thaguna versus Barnawatha. 1 vote, Barnawatha, Jared Williams. 2 votes, Thaguna, Jack Fordham. 3 votes, Thaguna, Lincoln Hardy. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Chilton. 1 vote, Chilton, Daniel Thurkel. 2 votes, Chilton, Brodie Oates. 3 votes, Chilton, Murray Price. Beechworth versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 1 vote, Beechworth, Tom Ramsdell. 2 votes, Kiwa, Jacob Murphy. 3 votes, Kiwa, Blake Ayton. Tallangatta versus Waganya. 1 vote, Waganya, Sebastian O'Toole. 2 votes, Tallangatta, Saxby Harrison. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Rory Elliott. Midi United versus Yakandanda. 1 vote, Yakandanda, Tom Hernan. 2 votes, Yakandanda, James Davies. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Joe Atwell. Rutherglen versus Wodonga Saints. 1 vote, Rutherglen, Rory Beattie. 2 votes, Wodonga Saints, Mason O'Keefe. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Mitch Horner. Round 8, Thaguna versus Barnawatha. 1 vote, Thaguna, Elijah Farah. 2 votes, Thaguna, Damon Drew. 3 votes, Thaguna, Lincoln Hardy. Beechworth versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 1 vote, Dettering, Josh Gosnick. 2 votes, Beechworth, Ollie Cutler. 3 votes, Beechworth, Willem Love. Tallangatta versus Barnawatha. 1 vote, Tallangatta, Riley Smith. 2 votes, Barnawatha, Sam Johnson. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Brad Chant. Rutherglen versus Yakandanda. 1 vote, Yakandanda, Tom Hernan. 2 votes, Yakandanda, James Davies. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Daniel Atwell. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Wodonga Saints. 1 vote, Kiwa, Baxter Golden. 2 votes, Kiwa, Connor Wilson. 3 votes, Kiwa, Mitch Harris. Waganya versus Chilton. 1 vote, Waganya, Michael Bowles. 2 votes, Chilton, Dylan Van Claveren. 3 votes, Chilton, Tom Taylor. Round 9, Rutherglen versus Waganya. 1 vote, Rutherglen, Aaron Field. 2 votes, Waganya, Caelan Maddock. 3 votes, Rutherglen, Lenny Hill. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Thaguna. 1 vote, Thaguna, Brandon Thomas. 2 votes, Thaguna, Ewan Hampton. 3 votes, Thaguna, Elijah Farah. Wodonga Saints versus Beechworth. 1 vote, Beechworth, Grant Nolder. 2 votes, Beechworth, Liam Robinson. 3 votes, Beechworth, Sean Wilhelm. Chilton versus Tallangatta. 1 vote, Chilton, Tom Lehman. 2 votes, Chilton, Corey Sorensen. 3 votes, Chilton, Murray Price. Barnawatha versus Midi United. 1 vote, Midda, Dougal Patton. 2 votes, Midda, James Gray. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Brad Chant. Yakandanda versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 1 vote, Yakandanda, Justin Mabry. 2 votes, Yakandanda, James Davies. 3 votes, Yakandanda, David Price. Round 10, Barnawatha versus Waganya. 1 vote, Waganya, Michael Bowles. 2 votes, Barnawatha, Will Noonan. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Sam Johnson. Wodonga Saints versus Chilton. 1 vote, Chilton, Jay Dale. 2 votes, Chilton, Daniel Thurkel. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Mitch Horner. Midi United versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 1 vote, Kiwa, Jackson Croucher. 2 votes, Midda, James Gray. 3 votes, Kiwa, Mitch Harris. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Yakandanda. 1 vote, Yakandanda, Tom Hernan. 2 votes, Yakandanda, Danny Powell. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Billy Grisker. Thaguna versus Tallangatta. 1 vote, Tallangatta, Kane Matheson. 2 votes, Thaguna, Sandy Steiber. 3 votes, Thaguna, Elijah Farah. Beechworth versus Rutherglen. 1 vote, Rutherglen, Ben Nicholson. 2 votes, Beechworth, Grant Nolder. 3 votes, Beechworth, Sean Wilhelm. Round 11, Tallangatta versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 1 vote, Dettering, Fraser Jensen. 2 votes, Dettering, Nick Gosnick. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Lachlan Lee. Yakandanda versus Wodonga Saints. 1 vote, Yakandanda, Justin Mabry. 2 votes, Yakandanda, Lachlan McKeeman. 3 votes, Yakandanda, James Davies. Midi United versus Beechworth. 1 vote, Beechworth, Baden Mom. 2 votes, Midda, Will Patton. 3 votes, Mitta Jai Hodgkin. Kiewa Sandy Creek versus Rutherglen, 1 vote, Rutherglen Ollie Noble. 2 votes, Kiewa Jackson Croucher. 3 votes, Kiewa Mitch Harris. Waganya versus Thaguna, 1 vote, Thaguna Damon Drew. 2 votes, Thaguna Brandon Thomas. 3 votes, Thaguna Lincoln Hardy. Chiltern versus Barnawatha, 1 vote, Chiltern Caleb Boxall. 2 votes, Chiltern Braden Young. 3 votes, Chiltern Brodie Oates. Kiewa Sandy Creek versus Tallangatta, 1 vote, Kiewa Noah Attree. 2 votes, Kiewa Nathan Vogel. 3 votes, Kiewa Mitch Harris. Beechworth versus Chiltern, 1 vote, Chiltern Troy Marks. 2 votes, Chiltern Will Shannon. 3 votes, Chiltern Tom Taylor. Yakandanda versus Thaguna, 1 vote, Thaguna Lincoln Hardy. 2 votes, Thaguna Matty Merlin. 3 votes, Yakandanda James Davies. Rutherglen versus Barnawatha, 1 vote, Barnawatha Toby Bridgman. 2 votes, Rutherglen Ben Nicholson. 3 votes, Barnawatha Daniel Sharp. Wodonga Saints versus Mitta United, 1 vote, Mitta Brad Steele. 2 votes, Wodonga Saints Luke Milgate. 3 votes, Mitta Angus Sutherland. The leaderboard after round 12, in 5th spot. On 10 votes, Lincoln Hardy from Thaguna. In 4th, Jai Hodgkin from Mitta with 12. Equal first on 15 votes, we've got Mitch Harris from Kiewa Sandy Creek, James Davies from Yak, and Brad Chant from Barney. Round 13, Barnawatha versus Kiewa Sandy Creek. 1 vote, Kiewa Joel Newnham. 2 votes, Barnawatha Tom Carter. 3 votes, Kiewa Noah Attree. Thaguna versus Beechworth, 1 vote, Thaguna Damon Drew. 2 votes, Thaguna Brandon Thomas. 3 votes, Thaguna Lincoln Hardy. Chiltern versus Yakandanda, 1 vote, Chiltern Daniel Thurkel. 2 votes, Yakandanda James Davies. 3 votes, Chiltern Wayne Shannon. Tallangatta versus Rutherglen, 1 vote, Rutherglen Jaden Baldwin. 2 votes, Tallangatta Tyler Willis. 3 votes, Rutherglen Isaac Roaston. Waganya versus Wodonga Saints, 1 vote, Waganya Marcel Munia. 2 votes, Wodonga Saints Mason O'Keefe. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints Tom Dempsey. Mitta United versus Dettering Mount Beauty, 1 vote, Mitta Lachlan Peters. 2 votes, Mitta Will Tunin. 3 votes, Mitta Jai Hodgkin. Beechworth versus Barney, round 14, 1 vote, Barney Isaac Evans. 2 votes, Beechworth Richard Worcester. 3 votes, Barney Lachlan Ryan. Kiewa Sandy Creek versus Thaguna, 1 vote, Thaguna Lincoln Hardy. 2 votes, Thaguna Elijah Farrer. 3 votes, Thaguna Harrison Brown. Rutherglen versus Chiltern, 1 vote, Rutherglen Josh Pagan Saunders. 2 votes, Chiltern Parker Phelan. 3 votes, Chiltern Wayne Shannon. Yakandanda versus Tallangatta, 1 vote, Yakandanda Danny Powell. 2 votes, Yakandanda Lockie McKeeman. 3 votes, Yakandanda Will Lawson. Wodonga Saints versus Dettering Mount Beauty, 1 vote, Wodonga Saints Mitch Horner. 2 votes, Wodonga Saints Mason O'Keefe. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints Luke Milgate. Waganya versus Mitta United, 1 vote, Waganya Marcel Munia. 2 votes, Mitta Lockie Peters. 3 votes, Mitta Angus Sutherland. Round 15, Tallangatta versus Beechworth, 1 vote, Beechworth Tom Ramsdell. 2 votes, Beechworth Taylor Griffin. 3 votes, Beechworth Liam Eaton. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Kiewa Sandy Creek, 1 vote, Kiewa Jed Skemmel. 2 votes, Kiewa Mitch Harris. 3 votes, Kiewa Blake Aiton. Barnawatha versus Wodonga Saints, 1 vote, Barnawatha Ben McPherson. 2 votes, Barnawatha Caden Withers. 3 votes, Barnawatha Lockie Walker. Chiltern versus Mitta United, 1 vote, Chiltern Wayne Shannon. 2 votes, Chiltern Tom Lehman. 3 votes, Chiltern Murray Price. Thaguna versus Rutherglen, 1 vote, Thaguna Braden McGregor. 2 votes, Thaguna Jack Fordham. 3 votes, Thaguna Lincoln Hardy. Round 16, Rutherglen versus Mitta, 1 vote, Rutherglen Ben Nicholson. 2 votes, Mitta Angus Sutherland. 3 votes, Mitta Will Tunin. Thaguna versus Chiltern, 1 vote, Thaguna Matty Merlin. 2 votes, Chiltern Tom Lehman. 3 votes, Chiltern Isaac Anderson. Tallangatta versus Wodonga Saints. 1 vote, Wodonga Saints, Luke Milgate. 2 votes, Tallangatta, Harley Middleton. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Lachlan Lee. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Barnawatha. 1 vote, Dettering, Cam Jones. 2 votes, Barnawatha, Jesse Blackham. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Caden Withers. Waganya versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 1 vote, Waganya, Michael Bowles. 2 votes, Kiwa, Josh Morrow. 3 votes, Kiwa, Noah Attree. Beechworth versus Yakandanda. 1 vote, Beechworth, Sean Wilhelm. 2 votes, Yakandanda, Lockie McKeeman. 3 votes, Yakandanda, James Davies. Round 17, Mid United versus Tallangatta. 1 vote, Midder, Todd Ellis. 2 votes, Tallangatta, Harley Middleton. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Lachlan Lee. Rutherglen versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 1 vote, Dettering, Nick Gosnick. 2 votes, Rutherglen, Ryan Jones. 3 votes, Rutherglen, Ben Nicholson. Wodonga Saints versus Thaguna. 1 vote, Thaguna, Harrison Marr. 2 votes, Wodonga Saints, Mason O'Keefe. 3 votes, Thaguna, Lockie Young. Beechworth versus Waganya. 1 vote, Waganya, Douglas Bowles. 2 votes, Beechworth, Flynn Baines. 3 votes, Beechworth, Richard Worcester. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Chilton. 1 vote, Chilton, Will Shannon. 2 votes, Kiwa, Jed Scammell. 3 votes, Kiwa, Jack Demizio. Yakandanda versus Barnawatha. 1 vote, Yakandanda, Danny Powell. 2 votes, Yakandanda, James Davies. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Justin Mabry. Round 18, Barnawatha versus Thaguna. 1 vote, Thaguna, Matty Merlin. 2 votes, Barnawatha, Jared Woodall. 3 votes, Thaguna, Lincoln Hardy. Chilton versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 1 vote, Chilton, Murray Price. 2 votes, Chilton, Parker Phelan. 3 votes, Chilton, Will Shannon. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Beechworth. 1 vote, Beechworth, Sean Wilhelm. 2 votes, Kiwa, Connor Wilson. 3 votes, Kiwa, Jed Scammell. Waganya versus Tallangatta. 1 vote, Waganya, Blake Eels. 2 votes, Tallangatta, Brodie Wyndham. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Tyler Willis. Wodonga Saints versus Rutherglen. 1 vote, Rutherglen, Ben Nicholson. 2 votes, Wodonga Saints, Luke Milgate. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Mason O'Keefe. Yakandanda versus Mid United. 1 vote, Yakandanda, Will Lawson. 2 votes, Yakandanda, James Davies. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Will Hooper. So we have our final leaderboard in 5th place from Chilton, Murray Price with 14 votes. Equal 4th on 15 votes, Jai Hodgkin from Mid United and Brad Chant from Barney. In 3rd place on 17 votes from Kiwa Sandy Creek, Mitch Harris. Now runner-up in the Cadmac Reserves medal from Thaguna, Lincoln Hardy with 20 votes. It's Lincoln's. You can use that.
Beautiful. Jeez.
Where's the number? Ooh. Where's the number 54? Played 14 games in the reserves and 2 in the seniors this year. 6 times best on ground, polled in 8 games, named in Thaguna's best on 9 occasions and kicked 16 goals. Congratulations, Lincoln.
Bloody beauty. Big thanks to Tallangatta District Footy League. Bloody Thaguna Bulldogs, fucking huge support this year. Big shout out to Canners, Toons and Jenks. A lot of support this year, couldn't have done it without yous. And big shout out to the Rat Pack, to the boys. Couldn't have done it without yous. Cheers.
And the winner for the 2nd time in 6 years from Yakandanda, James Davies with 24 votes. Sports the unique 3/4 sleeve, number 10, rain, hail or shine for Yak. Played 16 games in the 2s this year, 2 in the seniors. Not such a noted goal kicker with only 1. Good backman. He came runner-up in 2019 and won it back in 2017 with 25 votes. He's played 169 games for Yak so far. He didn't poll this year until round 5, but 3 best on grounds. Polled in 11 games out of 16. 7 votes in the last 3 games. Just pipped Lincoln. Well done, James Davies.
Wow. First of all, congratulations, Lincoln. Obviously had a good year, mate, so well done. Big thanks to the wife. She controls the mayhem whilst I play footy, so yeah, thanks for that. Thanks to all the coaches. We've got probably 10 coaches there, so yeah, thanks to all you guys. Even Homer, nearly cost me, but probably stiff not to play more ones games. And all the boys, yeah, it's a great team to play with. And thanks to all the volunteers that keep showing up every week and allowing us to play footy on a weekend. Cheers.
Right, we move on to the netball again. Judy will announce the TDNA Netball Team of the Year and then get on with the A-grade vote count.
Just waiting for Sim. He's ready off the board. Okay. As I call your name, can you please make your way to the stage? So, firstly, our coach is Anna Beers from Yakandanda. Our goal shooter, Jessica Garland, also from Yakandanda. Our goal attack, it's Marty Nicholson from Saguna. Wing attack, it's Kieran Decoya from Kiwa Sandy Creek. Centre, it's Rebecca O'Connell from Yakandanda. Our wing defence is Justine Willis, also from Yakandanda. Goal defence, Tammy Kennedy from Chiltern. Goalkeeper, Alyssa Donaldson from Kiwa Sandy Creek. First of our interchange, Jessica Barton from Kiwa Sandy Creek. Second interchange, Jennifer Vine from Saguna. Our third is Chloe Butters from Barnawatha. Fourth interchange, Hannah Dwyer from Tallangatta. And our fifth interchange, Molly Phibbs, also from Chiltern. Once all the ladies are up here, I'll get Anna to say some words.
Such gorgeous colours. Thanks. One's very bright. I'm very happy. Some colour. JB's got us all covered. He's got all the colours.
So Anna, could you say some words, please?
Okay. Wow, what an honour it is to actually receive this award, and it would be fantastic to be able to coach this group of talented ladies. So congratulations to everyone. Thank you.
Just while Bianca gets the A grade vote count ready. Okay, round one. Barnawatha versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Riley Shanahan. Chiltern versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Chiltern, Zoe Ray. Midi United versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Midi United, Jess Murbach. Tallangatta versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Alyssa Donaldson. Thaguna versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Emma Maslin. Waganya versus Dedderang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Dedderang Mount Beauty, Danielle Beer. Round 2. Beechworth versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Molly Cleary. Dedderang Mount Beauty versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Isabel Grundy. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Georgie Attree. Rutherglen versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Hannah Dwyer. Wodonga Saints versus Waganya. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Danielle Walsh. Yakandanda versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Justine Willis. Round 3. Barnawatha versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Ebony Lowe. Chiltern versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Chiltern, Georgia Thomas. Dedderang Mount Beauty versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Dedderang Mount Beauty, Emily Jansen Van Beek. Midi United versus Waganya. 3 votes, Midi United, Jessica Murbach. Tallangatta versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Emma Maslin. Thaguna versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Jess Barton. Round 4. Beechworth versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Molly McCarty. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Dedderang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Alyssa Donaldson. Midi United versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Kate Charlton. Rutherglen versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Marty Nicholson. Wodonga Saints versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Chloe Butters. Yakandanda versus Waganya. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Emma Maslin. Round 5. Barnawatha versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Claudia McKimmie. Chiltern versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Alyssa Donaldson. Dedderang Mount Beauty versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Dedderang Mount Beauty, Alicia Decoya. Tallangatta versus Midi United. 3 votes, Midi United, Isabel Grundy. Thaguna versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Thaguna, Eliza Quinlivan. Waganya versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Beechworth, Rachel Cavillin. Round 6. Barnawatha versus Dedderang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Dedderang Mount Beauty, Danielle Beer. Chiltern versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Chiltern, Georgia Thomas. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Waganya. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Elisa Donaldson. Midi United versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Midi United, Isabel Grundy. Wodonga Saints versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Lily McGrath. Yakandanda versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Jessica Garland. And our leaderboard at round 6, we have Hannah and Zoe on 6, Riley's on 7, Claudia, Georgia, Danielle and Jessica are all on 8, Isabel's on 9, Emma is on 11, and our current leader is Alyssa Donaldson on 16 votes from Keywall. Round 7. Beechworth versus, Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Alyssa Donaldson. Dedderang Mount Beauty versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Tammy Kennedy. Midi United versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Justine Willis. Rutherglen versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Lana Here. Tallangatta versus Waganya. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Hannah Dwyer. Thaguna versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Thaguna, Eliza Quinlivan. Round 8. Beechworth versus Dedderang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Dedderang Mount Beauty, Danielle Beer. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Kate Warsling. Rutherglen versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Rebecca O'Connell. Tallangatta versus Barnawatha, 3 votes, Barnawatha, Riley Shanahan. Thiguna versus Midi United, 3 votes, Thiguna, Jennifer Vine. Waganya versus Chilton, 3 votes, Chilton, Tammy Kennedy. Round 9. Barnawatha versus Midi United, 3 votes, Barnawatha, Riley Shanahan. Chilton versus Tallangatta, 3 votes, Tallangatta, Renee Page. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Thiguna, 3 votes, Thiguna, Taylor Dean. Rutherglen versus Waganya, 3 votes, Waganya, Lauren Connell. Wodonga Saints versus Beechworth, 3 votes, Beechworth, Rachel Cavalin. Yakandanda versus Kiwa Sandy Creek, 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Alyssa Donaldson. Round 10. Barnawatha versus Waganya, 3 votes, Barnawatha, Chloe Butters. Beechworth versus Rutherglen, 3 votes, Beechworth, Rachel Cavalin. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Yakandanda, 3 votes, Yakandanda, Justine Willis. Midi United versus Kiwa Sandy Creek, 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Kieran Decoya. Thiguna versus Tallangatta, 3 votes, Tallangatta, Renee Page. Wodonga Saints versus Chilton, 3 votes, Chilton, Georgia Thomas. Round 11. Chilton versus Barnawatha, 3 votes, Chilton, Tammy Kennedy. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Rutherglen, 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Kieran Decoya. Midi United versus Beechworth, 3 votes, Midi United, Isabel Grundy. Tallangatta versus Dedarang Mount Beauty, 3 votes, Dedarang Mount Beauty, Danielle Beer. Waganya versus Thiguna, 3 votes, Thiguna, Jennifer Vine. Yakandanda versus Wodonga Saints, 3 votes, Yakandanda, Rebecca O'Connell. Round 12. Beechworth versus Chilton, 3 votes, Chilton, Tammy Kennedy. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Waganya, 3 votes, Dedarang Mount Beauty, Emily Jansen Van Beek. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Tallangatta, 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Alyssa Donaldson. Rutherglen versus Barnawatha, 3 votes, Barnawatha, Riley Shanahan. Wodonga Saints versus Midi United, 3 votes, Midi United, Carolyn Pooley. Yakandanda versus Thiguna, 3 votes, Yakandanda, Claudia McKimmie. Have a leaderboard at round 12. We have Georgia and Justine both on 12. Kieran, Chloe and Rachel are on 13. Danielle's on 16. Claudia and Isabel are on 17. Tammy and Riley are both on 18. And our current leader is Alyssa Donaldson on 27 votes. Just a quick around the grounds, all the courts. Round 13. Barnawatha versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Alyssa Donaldson. Chilton versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Chilton, Tammy Kennedy. Midi United versus Dedarang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Midi United, Kirsty Hodgkin. Tallangatta versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Molly McCarthy. Thiguna versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Thiguna, Kristen Andrews. Waganya versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Alicia Donoghue. Round 14. Beechworth versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Beechworth, Ruby McCormick. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Thiguna. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Alyssa Donaldson. Rutherglen versus Chilton. 3 votes, Chilton, Tammy Kennedy. Waganya versus Midi United. 3 votes, Waganya, Lauren Connell. Wodonga Saints versus Dedarang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Dedarang Mount Beauty, Danielle Beer. Yakandanda versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Justine Willis. Round 15. Barnawatha versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Riley Shanahan. Chilton versus Midi United. 3 votes, Chilton, Tammy Kennedy. Dedarang Mount Beauty versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Kieran Decoya. Tallangatta versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Beechworth, Tegan Chambrion. Thiguna versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Thiguna, Eliza Quinlivan. Waganya versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Justine Willis. Round 16. Beechworth versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Rebecca O'Connell. Dedderang Mount Beauty versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Riley Butters. Rutherglen versus Middy United. 3 votes, Middy United, Kirsty Hodgkin. Tallangatta versus Wodonga Saints. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Lisa French. Thaguna versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Chiltern, Tammy Kennedy. Waganya versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Kate Warsling. Our leaderboard at round 16, we have Kate on 15, Chloe on 16, Isabel's on 17, Kieran's on 18, Claudia's on 20, Danielle and Justine are on 21, Riley's on 23, Tammy is on 30, and our current leader is Alyssa Donaldson from Kiwa on 33. Round 17, Beechworth versus Yakandanda. 3 votes, Beechworth, Eden, Surrey. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Chiltern. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Kate Warsling. Middy United versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Middy United, Carolyn Pooley. Rutherglen versus Dedderang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Dedderang Mount Beauty, Danielle Beer. Wodonga Saints versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Ashley Jacobs. Yakandanda versus Barnawatha. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Rebecca O'Connell. Round 18. Waganya versus Tallangatta. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Laura Collins. Wodonga Saints versus Rutherglen. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Danielle Walsh. Yakandanda versus Middy United. 3 votes, Middy United, Tegan Ellis. Barnawatha versus Thaguna. 3 votes, Thaguna, Taylor Dean. Chiltern versus Dedderang Mount Beauty. 3 votes, Dedderang Mount Beauty, Danielle Beer. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Beechworth. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Kieran Decoya. Okay, our final leaderboard, we have Chloe on 16, Isabel's on 17, Kate's on 18, Kieran and Justine are on 21, Claudia's on 22, Riley's on 26, Danielle's on 27. Our runner-up is Tammy Kennedy from Chiltern on 32 votes, and Alyssa Donaldson from Kiwa Sandy Creek is our winner on 34 votes. If Alyssa and Tammy can make their way down, please. So our runner-up from Chiltern is Tammy Kennedy on 32 votes.
Nice photo. I'd just like to say a big thanks to Lee, our coach, for all her support, not just as a coach but as a friend as well. To the girls, to my mum for all her support, helping us with the kids, and to my partner Bo. I couldn't do any of this without you, so thanks.
And our winner, our A-grade best and fairest, Alyssa Donaldson on 34 votes from Kiwa Sandy Creek.
Foremost, I just want to thank Kiwa Sandy Creek for being such an amazing club, and it really just, you show up every week and it's just like a big family out there. It's not a chore, it's just so much fun around the girls, so big thanks to Kiwa Sandy Creek as a whole. And then obviously to the girls, can't thank you all enough. Just one big happy family really in general, but thanks so much everyone.
Moving right along. Takes us through to the Duns Twin City Cranes seniors.
We've got a leaderboard, don't we? Yeah.
It's just amazing the support we've had for years from Duns Twin City Cranes, John and Mel and the family. We probably wouldn't have made it through COVID without them. They stuck true to us. We owe them plenty and plenty of years of sponsorship, and the relationship is fantastic. There's nothing better than getting out to the MCG of the bush with the cranes out there and the sun shining and the flags up there. It really is just a great relationship, not just football and netball, but the whole community, and we really thank both of you, John and Mel, for your sponsorship. And on that, I'd like to welcome John and Molly to the stage to present the Duns Twin City Cranes Player of the Year Award. We've got a leaderboard. In 5th place, on 86 votes, Jared Hodgkin from Midder. In 4th place, from Chiltern, Kyle Cooper on 100 votes. 3rd place, from Dettering Mount Beauty, Geordie Harrington on 103. In 2nd place, from Beechworth, Cam Fendick on 107 votes. And the winner of the Duns Twin City Cranes Player of the Year, a cheque for $500 and a trophy, from Kiwa Sandy Creek, Jack Hogan on 111 votes. Hopefully Jack can hear me from the toilets.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks to the league, all the supporters, volunteers. Yeah, league wouldn't be the same without you. Cheers to Kiwa. Yeah, looking forward to the finals. Thank you.
Leads us on to our next award, the leading goal kicker. An amazing 110 goals from Midder United, Ethan Redcliffe. Played 17 games for an average of 6.5 goals a game, 11 times in Midder's best. Bags of 20, 16, 11, 10 and 9 amongst the biggest of them. Well done, Ethan.
Thank you. I just want to thank Midder Footy Club, Tallangatta League, all the volunteers, coaches, family and friends, and yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, John and Molly. Unfortunately, at the moment, when we read out the team of the year, the problem is they don't get to play anyone. But what a team it is again this year. And I'd like to call up the coach of the year for 2023 from Kiwa Sandy Creek, Jack Neal. Just get you the hand those out as they come up, mate. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Then have a chat at the end. Yep. Okay, from the back line, from Chiltern, Finn Lappin, from Yakandanda, Angus Lingham, and Beechworth, Tom Cartledge. The half-back line, from Midder United, Jared Hodgkin, Dettering Mount Beauty, Josh Cable, and Kiwa Sandy Creek, Dylan Blazick. Across the centre, on the wing, from Beechworth, Cam Fendick, Chiltern, Kyle Cooper, and the other wing from Yakandanda, Huey Jarrett. In the ruck and on ball From Chiltern, Scott Meyer. From Yakandanda, Ben McIntosh, and Kiwa Sandy Creek, Jack Hogan. The half-forward line from Dettering Mount Beauty, Cody Hewitt. From Yakandanda, Nick Donaghy. And Dettering Mount Beauty, Jordan Harrington. The full forward line in the pocket, Connor Newnham from Kiwa Sandy Creek, Ethan Redcliffe from Midder, and from Beechworth, Lockie Armstrong. The interchange from Wodonga Saints, Brodie Avard. From Barnawatha, Jared Farwell. And from Kiwa, Scotty Bartell. Call Jack up for a few words when he presents his team with their certificate. I'll hand over to Jack. It's probably the only time he'll have this team together, but it's certainly something they've got to cherish, making the Duns Twin City Cranes TDFL 2023 Team of the Year.
Well done.
Just a quick, well, first of all, thanks to the league for the acknowledgement for these boys and their efforts throughout the year. It's obviously a fantastic side. Anyone would love to coach this group. I think it would be a ripping game against the rival leagues that sit similar to the TDFL. I'm obviously biased, but I'd back this team and the TDFL in general against most other leagues. I think we've got a really great league. But acknowledging the efforts of these guys, individual performances, obviously not high on any of their radars. I'm sure they're all out there to play for ultimate success, but it's a nice little reward for all your efforts, boys. So well done, congratulations.
What do you want me to do with them?
I'll take yours and a few write my name on one.
Congratulations, boys. Before we head into the counting of the Barton medal, I'd like to call upon our President, Jared Stevenson, to address the room, please.
Hold it or stick in that. Is that working?
I can hold it.
We had a bit of a delayed start tonight, so I'll keep it short and sweet. It's a good excuse for me. I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land upon which we meet tonight and play our football and netball on of a weekend, and pay my respects to their elders past and present. On behalf of Judy and the girls and my executive, I'd like to wish everyone a good evening and thank you for being here with us tonight. It's a great event. We all look forward to it every year. We're a week later this year. We've had final starts, so that's something different that might have thrown us all out a little bit. Danny? Firstly, I'd like to thank all our competition sponsors, but in particular John and Mel Dunn, Molly, Lucy, Ruby, all your support. Whether it's your sponsorship or just being behind us when we need you. We're extremely lucky to have such generous and supportive people behind us. With the season completed, first week of finals done and dusted, as I said, we're looking forward to an interesting final season with plenty of action on offer. And wasn't it really good, everyone here, to be back at the true MCG of the Bush? We have the one and only MCG of the Bush and we're proud of it. It was great to be back out there on the weekend. The reserve was looking fantastic. The playing surface manicured to perfection. All of this doesn't just happen. So I need to thank the volunteers from both the TDFL and the TDNA executives, and those few that aren't on the executives but just love to help out. You've given up your weekends, your afternoons to help with final preparations, and we can't thank you enough. The weekend's given us a glimpse of what we can expect over the coming weeks, which is pretty exciting, and we'll find out in 3 weeks' time who our premiers will be across all the grades and both codes. It looks to be a very competitive final series with anyone capable on their day, so it's something we haven't seen for a while. It's, to me, anyone on their day is going to be capable of taking home the trophy. Praise also needs to go to our mowing crew, who not only prepare the ground for finals but all year round. Rossi Williams, Vin O'Neill, these gentlemen give their time to ensure the reserve is in tip-top condition all year round if we need it. Pre-season, games that need to be moved away from home clubs. And to our head groundsman, curator and turf extraordinaire, Nighty, mate, cracking job as always, and I don't think there's too many footy grounds in the northeast that you can play lawn bowls on, but we did at half-time on the weekend, and you do a cracking job, mate, and look forward to seeing what you can produce for the next 3 weeks for us. I'd also like to thank Scooter, once again hosting the Barton Medal. Mate, it's a well-run night. You do a cracking job. It really makes for good viewing. Puts the rest of us to shame, so good on you, mate. Give him a round of applause. Now, I left this bit out last year, so I made a note of putting it in bold, but I'd also like to thank my wife Kate and daughter Scarlett for their support and patience, allowing me to spend my time at the footy on Saturdays and, the last few weeks getting the ground ready, and the next few weeks keeping it that way. I'm extremely proud to be able to stand up here and represent such a committed executive with both the football and the netball. Judy and I share this duty. I do the talking, she tells me I have to. But it is great to have all these volunteers, and I think most people tonight have put volunteers into your speech, and that's because without volunteers we're not here. Everyone in the room is a volunteer in some way. And that's what makes our footy clubs and our league so special. I think it's strong, it's family orientated, and it is all about pitching in and doing your bit. So, club championships, things like those, that's for the supporters and the volunteers. Congratulations to all the clubs on that note for the tireless work that goes into continuing to offer football and netball to our community. It's a huge task every week to put a day together. So well done to the executives, the volunteers, the players, the supporters, everybody who turns up, because that's what makes it so special. The numbers that we can put together as a league, whether it be our live streams, our crowds on finals days, our home crowds during the season, I think it's something that's an envy of most leagues in the region. So well done to all you guys, because it's you guys that get it done. Congratulations to all the invited players, nominees and award recipients tonight. Good luck to those who are in the finals and still participating for ultimate glory. I look forward to seeing you out there over the next few weeks. Well done to everyone, and good luck in the Barton Medal.
Thanks, Jared. That moves us on to the counting of the Barton Medal. It wasn't remiss of me earlier. We didn't have the members of the Barton family with us when I welcomed everyone to start with. So I'd like to welcome the grandchildren of George Barton, Jessica and her partner Mitch, and Corey and his partner Joe. And we'll get them up to present the medal to whomever it may be. As with every year, there's a lot of people that are in the room that probably haven't been here before. And the question is, why is it the George Barton Medal? And why do we call it that? George Barton was born in Toowoomba in 1937. He started playing senior football for Toowoomba at the age of 14. At that time, Toowoomba were playing in the Yakandanda League, At the age of 16, George was recruited to Myrtleford. After some great football, he was drafted to the Hawthorn Football Club in the VFL. He managed 13 games across the 57 and 58 seasons, injury being the main reason for such few games. George was a country boy at heart and decided to return home in 1959 to play for the newly merged Bogong and Toowoonga team in the Tallangatta League. In 1962, aged 25, George won his first league medal. He went back-to-back the next year. From 1964 to 1970, George tied a further 4 times for the medal, only to lose each time with the old count-back method. George won his 3rd medal outright in 1971, aged 34. In 2016, the TDFL board moved to reinstate all previous medals lost on a count-back. So George, in fact, won 7 league best and fairests in 10 years. He finished his playing career in 1975. And in 1976, that saw the merger of Dettering and Mount Beauty football clubs. George took on the role of coaching the reserves in that inaugural year. He coached them to an undefeated premiership. Not long after the celebrations cooled down up in the valley, George was diagnosed with cancer. After a very cruel and quick battle on the eve of the season on May 5th, 1977, 40-year-old George Barton passed away. Such was his legacy on the field, the Tallangatta District Football League immediately moved to name the fairest and best player of the seniors the George Barton Medal. So tonight we have the 44th counting of the George Barton Medal. Can Scotty Meyer go back-to-back, or can Kyle Cooper pinch one off him? Will Jack Hogan be the first Hawk to win for Kiewa Sandy Creek since Cole Andrew in 1986? Can a Yak player add to the long list of winners? Or can Jared Hodgkin add a Barton to his Morris? Let's find out. Round 1. Tallangatta versus Kiewa Sandy Creek. 1 vote, Kiewa, Jack Demizio. 2 votes, Kiewa, Dylan Blazic. 3 votes, Kiewa, Jake Hicks. Chiltern versus Beechworth. 1 vote, Beechworth, Liam Stevens. 2 votes, Chiltern, Kyle Cooper. 3 votes, Beechworth, Tom Cartledge. Thaguna versus Yakandanda. 1 vote, Yakandanda, Zach Leach. 2 votes, Yakandanda, Angus Lingham. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Huey Jarrett. Waganya versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 1 vote, Dettering, Josh Cable. 2 votes, Dettering, Damien Jones. 3 votes, Dettering, Jordan Harrington. Barnawatha versus Rutherglen. 1 vote, Barney, Brad Del Bosco. 2 votes, Barney, Dylan Simpson. 3 votes, Barney, Jared Woodall. Middy United versus Wodonga Saints. 1 vote, Wodonga Saints, Ryan Jenkins. 2 votes, Midda, Jared Hodgkin. 3 votes, Midda, Luke Hodgkin. Round 2, Kiewa Sandy Creek versus Barnawatha. 1 vote, Barnawatha, Jared Woodall. 2 votes, Kiewa, Jake Hicks. 3 votes, Kiewa, Jack Demizio. Beechworth versus Thaguna. 1 vote, Thaguna, Zach Gibbons. 2 votes, Beechworth, Lockie Armstrong. 3 votes, Beechworth, Hamish Molsom. Yakandanda versus Chiltern. 1 vote, Chiltern, John Pratt. 2 votes, Yakandanda, Harry McBurney. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Zach Leach. Rutherglen versus Tallangatta. 1 vote, Tallangatta, Brenton Maddock. 2 votes, Tallangatta, Joel O'Connell. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Kane Parsons. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Midda United. 1 vote, Midda, Joe Hodgkin. 2 votes, Midda, Luke Hodgkin. 3 votes, Midda, Jared Hodgkin. Wodonga Saints versus Waganya. 1 vote, Wodonga Saints, Ryan Jenkins. 2 votes, Wodonga Saints, Dylan Nowak. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Brodie Avard. Round 3, Thaguna versus Kiewa Sandy Creek. 1 vote, Thaguna, Matt Howard. 2 votes, Kiewa, Zach Monna. 3 votes, Kiewa, Callum Turner. Tallangatta versus Yakandanda. 1 vote, Tallangatta, Cooper Hare. 2 votes, Yakandanda, Ben McIntosh. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Lee Dale. Barnawatha versus Beechworth. 1 vote, Beechworth, Cam Fendick. 2 votes, Beechworth, Tristan Stead. 3 votes, Beechworth, Jai Middleton. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Wodonga Saints. 1 vote, Dettering Damien Jones. 2 votes, Wodonga Saints, Brodie Avard. 3 votes, Dettering Jordan Harrington. Chiltern versus Rutherglen. 1 vote, Chiltern Scott Meyer. 2 votes, Chiltern Jaden Vandermeer. 3 votes, Chiltern Ben Mason. Mid United versus Waganya. 1 vote, Midder Luke Hodgkin. 2 votes, Midder Jared Hodgkin. 3 votes, Midder Ethan Redcliffe. Round 4, Beechworth versus Tallangatta. 1 vote, Tallangatta Kane Parsons. 2 votes, Beechworth Cam Fendick. 3 votes, Tallangatta Scott Spencer. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 1 vote, Kiwa Jack Andrew. 2 votes, Kiwa Dylan Blazic. 3 votes, Kiwa Jack Hogan. Rutherglen versus Thaguna. 1 vote, Thaguna Tom Rake. 2 votes, Thaguna Toddy Miller. 3 votes, Thaguna Matt Howard. Yakandanda versus Waganya. 1 vote, Yui Jarrett. 2 votes, Yakandanda Ben McIntosh. 3 votes, Yakandanda Casey George. Wodonga Saints versus Barnawatha. 1 vote, Saints Zach Fleming. 2 votes, Barnawatha Cam McNeil. 3 votes, Barnawatha Jared Farwell. Mid United versus Chiltern. 1 vote, Chiltern Scott Meyer. 2 votes, Chiltern Mark Doolan. 3 votes, Chiltern Ben Mason. Round 5, Tallangatta versus Mid United. 1 vote, Midder Jared Hodgkin. 2 votes, Tallangatta Cam Sheether. 3 votes, Tallangatta Ethan Riddington. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Rutherglen. 1 vote, Dettering Geordie Harrington. 2 votes, Dettering Lockie Brodie. 3 votes, Dettering Phil Bellingham. Thaguna versus Wodonga Saints. 1 vote, Thaguna Riley Kerr. 2 votes, Wodonga Saints Brodie Avard. 3 votes, Thaguna Tom Rake. Waganya versus Beechworth. 1 vote, Waganya Chris Willis. 2 votes, Beechworth Jai Middleton. 3 votes, Beechworth Tom Cartledge. Barnawatha versus Yakandanda. 1 vote, Yakandanda Ben McIntosh. 2 votes, Yakandanda James O'Connell. 3 votes, Yakandanda Harry McBurney. Chiltern versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 1 vote, Kiwa Jake Hicks. 2 votes, Chiltern Scott Meyer. 3 votes, Kiwa Josh Hicks. Round 6, Mid United versus Rutherglen. 1 vote, Midder Ethan Redcliffe. 2 votes, Midder Luke Hodgkin. 3 votes, Midder Jared Hodgkin. Chiltern versus Thaguna. 1 vote, Chiltern Scott Meyer. 2 votes, Chiltern Mitch Anderson. 3 votes, Chiltern Ben Mason. Wodonga Saints versus Tallangatta. 1 vote, Wodonga Saints Brodie Avard. 2 votes, Tallangatta Joel O'Connell. 3 votes, Tallangatta Daniel O'Connell. Barnawatha versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 1 vote, Barnawatha Jackson Spears. 2 votes, Barnawatha Jackson Lowe. 3 votes, Barnawatha Jared Farwell. Yakandanda versus Beechworth. 1 vote, Beechworth Cam Fendick. 2 votes, Yakandanda Ben McIntosh. 3 votes, Yakandanda Liam Williams. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Waganya. 1 vote, Kiwa Jack McDonald. 2 votes, Kiwa Nathan Vogel. 3 votes, Kiwa Jake Hicks. Leaderboard after round 6 in 5th spot. On 7 votes, Luke Hodgkin. In 4th place, Brodie Avard on 8 votes. Equal 2nd, we have Ben Mason from Chiltern on 9 and Jake Hicks from Kiwa Sandy Creek. And currently leading, we have Jared Hodgkin from Mid United on 11 votes. Round 7. We'll just let Leachy have a look at that for a bit. Thaguna versus Barnawatha. 1 vote, Thaguna, Luke Gericke. 2 votes, Barnawatha, Jackson Lowe. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Jared Farwell. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Chiltern. 1 vote, Dettering, Josh Cable. 2 votes, Chiltern, John Pratt. 3 votes, Chiltern, Kyle Cooper. Beechworth versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 1 vote, Kiwa, Jake Hicks. 2 votes, Beechworth, Cade Surrey. 3 votes, Beechworth, Cam Fendick. Tallangatta versus Waganya. 1 vote, Tallangatta, Luke Fraser. 2 votes, Tallangatta, Riley Brock. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Joel O'Connell. Mid United versus Yakandanda. 1 vote, Yakandanda, Harry McBurney. 2 votes, Yakandanda, Zach Leach. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Yui Jarrett. Rutherglen versus Wodonga Saints. 1 vote, Wodonga Saints, Dylan Nowak. 2 votes, Rutherglen, Jack Anderson. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Brodie Avard. Round 8, Thaguna versus Mid United. 1 vote, Thaguna, Tom Osmotherly. 2 votes, Thaguna, Jake Bruce, and 3 votes, Thaguna, Luke Garricky. Beechworth versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 1 vote, Beechworth, Lockie Armstrong. 2 votes, Beechworth, Cam Fendick. 3 votes, Beechworth, Jai Middleton. Tallangatta versus Barnawatha. 1 vote, Tallangatta, Luke Fraser. 2 votes, Tallangatta, Daniel O'Connell. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Joel O'Connell. Rutherglen versus Yakandanda. 1 vote, Yakandanda, Ben McIntosh. 2 votes, Yakandanda, James O'Connell. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Huey Jarrett. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Wodonga Saints. 1 vote, Kiwa, Josh Hicks. 2 votes, Kiwa, Scotty Bartell. 3 votes, Kiwa, Jack Hogan. Waganya versus Chilton. 1 vote, Chilton, Jake Cooper. 2 votes, Chilton, Scott Meyer. 3 votes, Chilton, Mark Doolan. Round 9, Rutherglen versus Waganya. 1 vote, Rutherglen, Judd Cushett. 2 votes, Rutherglen, Luke Knight. 3 votes, Rutherglen, Matt Tanner. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Thaguna. 1 vote, Dettering, Phil Bellingham. 2 votes, Thaguna, Zach Gibbons. 3 votes, Thaguna, Ben Ralph. Wodonga Saints versus Beechworth. 1 vote, Beechworth, Ed Cartledge. 2 votes, Beechworth, Tom Cartledge. 3 votes, Beechworth, Lockie Armstrong. Chilton versus Tallangatta. 1 vote, Chilton, Jaden Vandermeer. 2 votes, Chilton, Scott Meyer. 3 votes, Chilton, Kyle Cooper. Barnawatha versus Midda United. 1 vote, Midda, Jesse Kennett. 2 votes, Barnawatha, Tom Anson. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Jared Farwell. Yakandanda versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 1 vote, Yakandanda, Nick Donaghy. 2 votes, Kiwa, Jordan Croucher. 3 votes, Kiwa, Cal Turner. Round 10, Barnawatha versus Waganya. 1 vote, Waganya, Chris Willis. 2 votes, Barnawatha, Connor Whiffen. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Cam McNeil. Wodonga Saints versus Chilton. 1 vote, Wodonga Saints, Brodie Avard. 2 votes, Chilton, Mark Doolan. 3 votes, Chilton, Scott Meyer. Midda United versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 1 vote, Kiwa, Mitch Patton. 2 votes, Midda, Luke Hodgkin. 3 votes, Kiwa, Josh Hicks. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Yakandanda. 1 vote, Dettering, Josh Cable. 2 votes, Yakandanda, Ben McIntosh. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Zach Leach. Thaguna versus Tallangatta. 1 vote, Thaguna, Tom Osmotherly. 2 votes, Tallangatta, Scott Spencer. 3 votes, Thaguna, Darcy Norman. Beechworth versus Rutherglen. 1 vote, Beechworth, Jai Middleton. 2 votes, Beechworth, Connor Stone. 3 votes, Beechworth, Cam Fendick. Round 11, Tallangatta versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 1 vote, Dettering, Cody Hewitt. 2 votes, Dettering, Lockie Brodie. 3 votes, Dettering, Phil Bellingham. Yakandanda versus Wodonga Saints. 1 vote, Yakandanda, Huey Jarrett. 2 votes, Yakandanda, Lee Dale. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Nick Donaghy. Midda United versus Beechworth. 1 vote, Beechworth, Connor Stone. 2 votes, Beechworth, Lockie Armstrong. 3 votes, Beechworth, Cam Fendick. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Rutherglen. 1 vote, Kiwa, Tristan Mann. 2 votes, Kiwa, Jack Andrew. 3 votes, Kiwa, Mitch Patton. Waganya versus Thaguna. 1 vote, Waganya, Harley Bennell. 2 votes, Thaguna, Matt Howard. 3 votes, Thaguna, Tom Osmotherly. Chilton versus Barnawatha. 1 vote, Chilton, Kyle Cooper. 2 votes, Barnawatha, Jack Baker. 3 votes, Chilton, Scott Meyer. Round 12, Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Tallangatta. 1 vote, Kiwa, Tristan Mann. 2 votes, Kiwa, Mitch Patton. 3 votes, Kiwa, Connor Newnham. Beechworth versus Chilton. 1 vote, Chilton, Scott Meyer. 2 votes, Beechworth, Tristan Stead. 3 votes, Beechworth, Alessandro Belchi. Yakandanda versus Thaguna. 1 vote, Thaguna, Zach Gibbons. 2 votes, Yakandanda, Zach Leach. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Ben McIntosh. Rutherglen versus Barnawatha. 1 vote, Barnawatha, Tom Hoffett. 2 votes, Barnawatha, Tom Anson. 3 votes, Barnawatha, Jared Farwell. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Waganya. 1 vote, Dettering, Will Hocking. 2 votes, Dettering, Charlie Connors. 3 votes, Dettering, Frank Irea. Wodonga Saints versus Midda United. 1 vote, Wodonga Saints, Brodie Avard. 2 votes, Midda, Henry Tunen. 3 votes, Midda, Luke Hodgkin. Leaderboard after round 12. In 4th place, we have Ben McIntosh from Yak on 12. Equal third on 13 votes, we have Luke Hodgkin from Midder and Brodie Avard from the Saints. Currently runner-up, we have Cam Fendick from Beechworth on 15, and the current leader, Scott Meyer from Chiltern on 16 votes. Round 13. Barnawatha versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 1 vote Kiwa, Jack Andrew. 2 votes Barnawatha, Daniel Sharp. 3 votes Kiwa, Tristan Mann. Thaguna versus Beechworth. 1 vote Beechworth, Brent Ryan. 2 votes Thaguna, Luke Garricky. 3 votes Beechworth, Cam Fendick. Chiltern versus Yakandanda. 1 vote Chiltern, Brad Hibberson. 2 votes Yakandanda, Zach Leach. 3 votes Yakandanda, Huey Jarrett. Tallangatta versus Rutherglen. 1 vote Tallangatta, Adam Healy. 2 votes Tallangatta, Luke Fraser. 3 votes Tallangatta, Scott Spencer. Midder United versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 1 vote Midder, Luke Hodgkin. 2 votes Dettering Mount Beauty, Jordan Harrington. 3 votes Midder, Ethan Redcliffe. Waganya versus Wodonga Saints. 1 vote Wodonga Saints, Justin Cooksey. 2 votes Wodonga Saints, Dylan Nowak. 3 votes Waganya, Chris Willis. Round 14, Beechworth versus Barnawatha. 1 vote Beechworth, Liam Stevens. 2 votes Beechworth, Brenton Surrey. 3 votes Beechworth, Tom Cartledge. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Thaguna. 1 vote Thaguna, Matt Howard. 2 votes Kiwa, Dylan Blazick. 3 votes Kiwa, Connor Newnham. Rutherglen versus Chiltern. 1 vote Chiltern, Mark Doolan. 2 votes Chiltern, Brad Hibberson. 3 votes Chiltern, Scott Meyer. Yakandanda versus Tallangatta. 1 vote Tallangatta, Scott Spencer. 2 votes Yakandanda, Nick Donaghy. 3 votes Yakandanda, Ben McIntosh. Wodonga Saints versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 1 vote Wodonga Saints, Brodie Avard. 2 votes Dettering, Phil Bellingham. 3 votes Dettering, Cody Hewitt. Waganya versus Chiltern versus Midder United. 1 vote Chiltern, Dylan Van Claveren. 2 votes Chiltern, Jaden Vandermeer. 3 votes Chiltern, Kyle Cooper. Barnawatha versus Wodonga Saints. 1 vote Barnawatha, Tom Anson. 2 votes Barnawatha, Cam McNeil. 3 votes Barnawatha, Jared Farwell. Tallangatta versus Beechworth. 1 vote Beechworth, Lockie Armstrong. 2 votes Beechworth, Brenton Surrey. 3 votes Beechworth, Campbell Fendick. Waganya versus Yakandanda. 1 vote Yakandanda, Nick Donaghy. 2 votes Yakandanda, James O'Connell. 3 votes Yakandanda, Ben McIntosh. Round 16, Rutherglen versus Midder. 1 vote Midder, Aidan Gibbs. 2 votes Midder, Luke Hodgkin. 3 votes Midder, Jared Hodgkin. Tallangatta versus Wodonga Saints. 1 vote Tallangatta, Adam Healy. 2 votes Tallangatta, Scott Spencer. 3 votes Tallangatta, Riley Brock. Dettering Mount Beauty versus Barnawatha. 1 vote Barnawatha, Daniel Sharp. 2 votes Barnawatha, Jared Farwell. 3 votes Dettering, Josh Cable. Waganya versus Kiwa Sandy Creek. 1 vote Kiwa, Josh Hicks. 2 votes Kiwa, Nathan Vogel. 3 votes Kiwa, Jack McDonald. Thaguna versus Chiltern. 1 vote Thaguna, Zach Gibbons. 2 votes Chiltern, Jaden Vandermeer. 3 votes Chiltern, Kyle McGee. Beechworth versus Yakandanda. 1 vote Yakandanda, Huey Jarrett. 2 votes Beechworth, Deegan Dolney. 3 votes Yakandanda, Zach Leach. Round 17, Midder United versus Tallangatta. 1 vote Tallangatta, Daniel O'Connell. 2 votes Midder, Joel Wilson. 3 votes Midder, Jared Hodgkin. Rutherglen versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 1 vote Rutherglen, Jack Anderson. 2 votes Dettering, Josh Cable. 3 votes Dettering, Geordie Harrington. Wodonga Saints versus Thaguna. 1 vote Wodonga Saints, Lockie Andreski. 2 votes Thaguna, Toddy Miller. 3 votes Wodonga Saints, Brodie Avard. Beechworth versus Waganya. 1 vote Beechworth, Liam Stevens. 2 votes Beechworth, Lockie Armstrong. 3 votes Beechworth, Campbell Fendick. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Chilton. 1 vote, Chilton, Finn Lappin. 2 votes, Kiwa, Josh Hicks. 3 votes, Chilton, Kyle Cooper. Yakandanda versus Barnawatha. 1 vote, Barnawatha, Jackson Lowe. 2 votes, Barnawatha, Tom Anson. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Zach Leach. Round 18, Barnawatha versus Thaguna. 1 vote, Thaguna, Tyler Robertson. 2 votes, Thaguna, Tom Osmotherley. 3 votes, Thaguna, Tom Rake. Chilton versus Dettering Mount Beauty. 1 vote, Chilton, Nick Stevens. 2 votes, Chilton, Bodie Hibberson. 3 votes, Chilton, Dylan Van Claveren. Waganya versus Tallangatta. 1 vote, Tallangatta, Adam Healy. 2 votes, Tallangatta, Sean Barron. 3 votes, Tallangatta, Luke Fraser. Wodonga Saints versus Rutherglen. 1 vote, Wodonga Saints, Brodie Avard. 2 votes, Rutherglen, Tom Allison. 3 votes, Wodonga Saints, Jake Plemming. Yakandanda versus Midda United. 1 vote, Midda, Jared Hodgkin. 2 votes, Yakandanda, Ben McIntosh. 3 votes, Yakandanda, Zach Leach. Kiwa Sandy Creek versus Beechworth. 1 vote, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Josh Hicks. 2 votes, Beechworth, Cam Fendick. 3 votes, Kiwa Sandy Creek, Jake Hicks. That concludes the count. The silence is golden, so not everyone knows where we are. In 5th place, we have Jared Hodgkin on 18 votes from Midda United, equal with Brodie Avard from the Wodonga Saints. In 4th place, we have Scotty Meyer from Chilton on 19 votes. 3rd place, on 21 votes, Ben McIntosh from Yakandanda. Our runner-up in the Duns Twin City Cranes 2023 Barton medal from Yakandanda, Zach Leach on 22 votes. Which one wants to do it? Corey or Jess? You can do the runner-up. One. On 22 votes, he wears the number 47 for Yak, polled 5 best on grounds, including the last 3 rounds, to pip his own captain by a vote. He's kicked 22 goals and about 32 points, closing in on 300 career games. Much loved figure at Yak with his enthusiasm and a zest for finals is about. Well done, Zach Leach.
Well, came for a feed, got a trophy, so thank you. I'd just like to thank, first off and foremost, Danny and my kids. I wouldn't be able to get anywhere or anything without them. They're my world. So, and they're a big reason why I came to Yak. Yak is a great club, big family club, biggest draw card for me to go there. Second off, I'd like to thank all the boys that play for the team, 2s, right down, all the way through, the senior boys, everything. It's an unreal club, great bunch of blokes that I love playing footy with. Even better is the banter. So, second none, Homer, mate, DC Dentures. Your speeches, whew, sometimes I think they can do some work, but tell you what, I have my hair raised on the back of my neck at 3/4 time on the weekend. I can't wait to do the rest of the final series. Hopefully we can get a couple more wins and get through the big dance. So it's going to be good. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, guys.
Again, we thank Jess and Corey from the Barton family, honouring their grandfather, to present the trophy and the medal to the 3rd Beechworth winner in 13 years, Cam Fendick from Beechworth on 26 votes. He follows 2010 winner Braden Carey on 27 votes and 2011 winner Brenton Surrey with 28. Ironically, Cam, only 26 votes could only get him third last year behind Scotty Meyer and Elliot Power, so an even better effort this year to be in front. He played all 18 games, took him until round 3 to poll a vote, then polled in 11 games after that. He's played 210 games for Beechworth, recently played his 100th senior game. Tonight he was named in the TDFL Team of the Year for the 3rd time. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could all be upstanding for the 2023 Duns Twin City Cranes Barton medalist from Beechworth, Cam Fendick.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Well, Cam, back in 2010, I hate bringing this up, but I played in a losing grand final to your Beechworth boys. You were playing in the under-14s, and Grubb and Diggsy were in the winning premiership. So there may be some synergies there. Possibly your best game, the 3 votes versus Kiwa and a losing side in round 7. Mate, congratulations on a fantastic year. The floor's all yours.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Scooter. First of all, I'd just like to thank the Tallangatta Football and Netball League for the facilities you put up at the Key Reserve there. It's second to none, probably the best footy ground you play on all season, and especially the work you do with our junior footy clubs to make sure they're playing every week. They're the future of our club, so to make sure they're getting the game is super important, so well done there. Second of all, just to Tommy and Diggsy, you play your best footy when you're enjoying your footy. When you've got 2 blokes like you guys who are as passionate as you are, you can't do anything but enjoy your footy. So I'd like to thank you for that. And also the Beechworth Football Club, all its supporters, volunteers, and all the sponsors who make it possible for us to actually get out and play on Saturday. Thank you as well. Better thank my mum and dad. Mum still cooks me dinner every Friday night, and sometimes brekkie on a Saturday morning. And to Dad as well, you make footy pretty easy for me and give me a little bits of advice every quarter, which is good as well. And probably lastly to my girlfriend Eden, thank you. You had to put up with all my rituals that start about Tuesday morning. So yeah, thank you for that. And thanks again for a great night.
Okay, that concludes the night. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Please, if you have been drinking, don't drive home. Look after your mates. And I'll see you all out at the MCG of the Bush this Saturday morning for the early bird footy and netball for our juniors. And hopefully it's a couple of great weekends to come. Have a good night.